All right, let's try this again. Clean shaven. Just waiting to get the haircut. So, anywho, let's throw a background up there from my Canadian friends. It's the virtual background that's doing it. When I have no virtual background, I can see myself. Interesting. When I have no virtual background, then I come back. Oh, that's interesting. Very interesting. I was wondering what that was. With a virtual background, let me see if this one works. Nope. Nope. When I don't have virtual background, let's see if Milwaukee works. Interesting. Interesting. I can't see myself with a virtual background. That's pretty cool. Andrew, how you doing, my friend? You get 100 yet? You close to it? Let me see here. Control C. Control V. There's the link, Kevin. Hello. Yeah, actually, it's a Thursday night. The truck's out getting fixed, so I know Ali Mac just ended his stream. I didn't want to overlap his stream, so we got Mr. Clem in there. We got Andrew, Kevin, Rick. Who else? We got Steve. Hey, hope everything's good up there. And Canada. Hey, Nioki. How you doing, Tom? Everybody's there. Link is there. Randy, I've been looking for a fan for you. I haven't found anything yet, but I am looking. You know, Randy Torboli's Mr. Fan video. If anyone ever sees looks like a regular sized fan, but it's not a real fan. It's just a fan blade with a bearing on it. Let Randy know. Who else we got? Let's see. Yeah, finally, Steve. It's at the place now. Well, actually, it's a friend of a friend. He actually was a Dodge mechanic for years. Then he was a Chevy mechanic. He's actually got pretty cool in his garage. He's got a 60 Morris Minor. He's turning into a race car and a 66 Nova. So it's pretty cool. Hello, Simone. You going to sleep? That's all right. Anybody wants to come up, feel free. There's a link. Let's see. Did you get your spark plug, Simone? I'm wondering how you made out with that. So hopefully he'll let me. I told him he could have it all weekend. I need it by the end of the weekend. I told him that's all. So as long as I can have it by the end of the weekend. So, and then my son calls me up and says, "Dad, can you bring me a sandwich?" I said, "I don't have a car." He's like, "Take Mom's." I said, "I'm not taking Mom's new car. It's got 3 inches of ice on it. I'm not going out there and clean it all up just so I could bring my son a sandwich. He can go to the cafeteria and get a sandwich." Oh, who else we got? Scotty. Hello, Scotty. Dave. Hello, DNR. How are you? I got the plug. Quarter to coil. 5-day wait. Well, that's not too bad. Dave, I'm just wondering why you're spending all that time and money on that Troy-built thrower. It seems like it'd be worth more money than it's worth. Where'd the beard go? Went in the trash. It feels better, though. It really does. It feels nice and clean. You know what it was? You know what did it? You know what always does it? Soup. Whenever I have a nice bowl of soup and it gets all in there, I said, that's it. It's over. And that's what I had for dinner was a nice big bowl of chicken soup my mother made. So it went in there and I said, that's it. It's over. So that's all. Anyway, anybody wants to come up, feel free. How you feeling, John? You feeling any better? Hopefully you're feeling better. Let's see. Yeah, I feel different. I got to get the haircut tomorrow, hopefully. I haven't heard from my barber. I mean, the guy is almost 80 years old. I hope he's all right. Hasn't returned my call, but I've been going to the same guy now for 26 years. So we'll see. If he doesn't come through, I'll have to find a barber. So we'll see what happens. It does feel different, though. It feels like I lost 5 pounds. But either way, what's a barber, right? Homemade chicken soup, absolutely. Yeah, my mom makes it really good too. She actually buys big chicken breasts, cuts up nice big hunks. So anyhow, nobody wants to come up. I feel lonely. It's only 12:16, a little after midnight in the UK. It's only 7:16 here. Uh, you don't know any barbers anymore. Let's see. Everyone's saying hello. Yeah, it's good morning over there. Rob, how are you, brother? Good to see you. Hope all is well. It's a little bit of a late night there, but it's still early here. Thursday night here, Friday morning there. Got tomorrow off, so I got to go in to do my blood work like I always do every month. Got to give a pint. So we'll see what happens. And if you don't know, you just click that link. Oh, you're eating supper. It's 7 o'clock. We eat so it's late. 7 o'clock. That's like a snack. I thought supper is 5 o'clock. Andrew, I was watching. Who was it? Tom, the one with the Cortina, Simone's friend. I was watching his video where he found some rot and stuff like that. Joe, what do you need? I'm having a fight with the Generac generator, installed a new starter, new solenoid, new battery, has 12 volts, has 12.86 volt, half powered star, but not through it. What do you mean, Joe? Can you come up on panel? If you want, click the link, come up on panel. I'll discuss it with you. At the starter, but not through it. When you say through it, meaning you turn the start switch and nothing happens? Late lunch. All right. All right. I'll give you this one. Yeah, Joe, if you want to come up and talk about it, we can definitely talk about it. Come on up on the stream. I don't bite. The link's there. Just click on the link and turn on your camera and your audio, and bingo, you're in the stream and you're talking. Comfortable in bed now. Yeah, that's it. It sucks when you have that perfect position and you don't want to move. You don't want to get out. You just lay there. Who else? Everyone's saying hello. Adventure. Hello, Don. How are you? Everybody's saying hello, hello, hello. Yeah, you're talking about Mick. I was watching a little while ago a thermite rail repair where they repair the train rails with thermite. Pretty cool. If you ever never seen how they repair rails that break, check out thermite rail welding. It's pretty cool. You know what though, Simone? It looks as if someone did a lot of Bondo on that car. The paint's newer, but it looks like they did a lot of chicken wire and Bondo on that thing that he's going to find. I'm wondering if he should just take the darn thing down to bare metal and start fresh, because you never know what's under all that stuff. Especially something that's 50 years old. Well, yeah, thermite is definitely cool, which is basically, what is it, aluminum powder and like iron powder. Pretty cool stuff. Hugo, hello Hugo, how are you? Boom, boom, boom. Somebody better come up here. I'm just starting to get a complex. Oh, I got my spot of tea. Made myself a tea before the stream. Oh, that's good. Tea with lemon. I don't like it with milk. I like it with lemon. Maybe it's because I'm American. Andrew, got your friend request. Oh yeah, I got to do that too. I got that too, Andrew. I got to check that out. I'm just wondering which Facebook, if it's my personal one that shows my family or not. Kentucky, how are you? Let's see. Yeah, the big grinders. It's funny. They showed some people over in Europe that used a gasoline-powered grinder. Everything that they do here in the States is all hydraulic lines, but I guess over there they do it with gas engines. Yeah, or take it to Pete. Yeah, but I think it looks too good in some spots, Simone. It's probably got some serious repairs under it. Steve was talking about you the other day. I miss your videos. Oh, here we go. We got to get rid of this block. All right, let's get rid of that one. All right. Okay, drinking hot tea. Nah, because it's a little chilly out tonight. What is it outside here? Let's see. What is the temperature right now? It is. Come on, temperature. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, home from surgery. How'd you make out? Oh, temperature's not coming up. I'm still waiting for it. Let's see. Yeah, Tom, let us know how you made out. Yeah, Steve, looking forward to your next one, pal. Love your videos. Absolutely. Yep, John, we're all waiting on you. 24 degrees. Let's see. It is. Oh, can you see that? Oh, yeah, 24. A little chilly. Not too bad, though. But got the heat on. That's why I got a little hot tea tonight. Love iced tea, though. I did actually had iced tea with my dinner. Oh, everybody's saying hello. I'm going to keep putting out the link until someone comes out. Everybody's saying hello, hello, hello. Boom. There it is. Don't be afraid. Nothing like a nice hot cup of tea. Oh, here we go, Joe. It clicks at the solenoid. The light tester lights up at the starter when the key turns. The starter won't engage. Did you take the starter off and try it? Is the starter engaged right now with the flywheel so that it's jamming, so it won't do it? I would take the starter off and bench test it. Test it on a bench first. Make sure it works, because sometimes the Bendix drive can get jammed out, stuck into the flywheel, and then it'll just click. It won't do anything. 33 below. Ooh. Steve never comes up. Oh, I love watching Transit Camper. Really cool. Oh, what do we got here, Tom? Good for now. Depends on blood flow. Oh, that's good. Good luck to you, Tom. Good luck. I know when I did my finger, it wasn't as bad as that, but still, I got nervous, and I still have that tingly feeling on the bottom. So, well, look at me. I'm not exactly Mr. Modeling Agency, but I come up. Let's see. Starter bench. Wait a minute. The bench test is good, and you put it on. Do you have a pull start on it too? Have you tried? Is the engine free? Is the engine not locked up? Because the only thing else it could be is it may need shimming, but it doesn't make sense. If it works good on the bench, the starter is generally grounded to itself. Did you try jumping it, Joe? Meaning the positive terminal, even though you say you're getting it, did you try taking a positive, just a thick wire from the battery positive terminal to the battery positive terminal on that starter? Just go like this real quick to see if it'll engage. Let's see. But oh, it worked. Listen, that's all right. Now, Steve, I think you said you're in the health industry, I guess, medical type industry. You and your wife, if I'm not mistaken. I think you both work for. Do you both work at NHS? Someone told me you guys are both like NHS. It's windy and cold. Galveston. Tumbling tumbleweeds down there in Galveston, Texas. Jamie, doing all right. Got a nice hot cup of tea. Just chilling out. Wondering why nobody wants to come up in the stream, but that's all right. We had like 50 on this morning. I was trying to edit it out, and I deleted it by mistake, but that's all right. That's why I'm on now. Conker was asking where it went, and so was Sandy Rose. So I figured I'd come back on. Engine pulls and starts fine. That's weird. I would disconnect everything. I would put that starter on, disconnect any wires from the starter. Don't hook it up to the starter cell. Don't do any of that. And then try and start it with a jumper wire. Do it that way. But a lot of times, depending on the starter, I think you said it's on a Generac. Sometimes you have to energize if it's the separate solenoid mounted on top of the generator, you have to put power to both that solenoid terminal and the positive terminal on the starter at one time. You can't just put it to the starter. You have to make sure the solenoid is getting energized too, so it'll kick the Bendix out, so the starter will kick out. Depending on the starter, I don't know how this. What model Generac is it? I can look it up. Nurse practitioner, cool. Well, thanks for your service, Steve. Absolutely. Deteriorating patients. Yeah, it must be tough. My boss's wife just became a nurse. There's Mr. Tim. I saw you on Allie's before. I wanted to wait till Allie was over, so I waited. Everyone's saying hello, hello, hello. Boom. Control. There's the link. It's gonna be a pretty boring stream if it's only me. More hellos. So let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, it was so nice having a cameraman the other day. When you got someone to film and you could just work, oh man, that's great. It was so nice. Hey, there is Buluket. Hello, mon ami. How are you? How's things down in Louisiana? Hopefully all is well. Boom. 8,000 watt Guardian. I could look that up, see what it looks like. Let's see. Hello, hello, hello. Some glamour. Yeah, Rusty. I love Rusty. Oh, there he is. Mon M.E. Give me a wave, boo, just so I know it's you. Bingo. How you doing, my friend?
What's up, mon ami, Ken? How y'all doing? Everybody in chat. Oh, I see Boneyard's back.
Oh, yeah. I haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah. When I looked at chat, that's the first one I seen. Boneyard's garage. Yeah, there was a bunch of them that's talking about Boneyard a while back. Wow, man, have y'all seen him? How's he doing? What happened to him?
How you doing, Tom?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, he got his fingers all wrapped up.
Oh yeah, Tom had a little accent. But how you doing, my friend? Doing all right?
Oh,
doing as well as can be expected.
There you go. Yeah, when I did mine, I got nervous the first time I looked at it. It looked like something tore right through it, and I was like, "Uh-oh!" And still, a year and a half later, it's still tingly, but at least it's there, so I can't complain. You know,
right?
But so what do you got to do? You guys said 10 days. You got to wait now.
I have an appointment to go back in 10 days, and they'll unwrap it and see how it's doing then. And until then, it just, it's going to be like this.
Yeah. Well, hey, at least you got what's there. That's the main thing,
Right.
So cool. So what's up with you? Anything good besides that?
Other than that, we're just, haven't worked on anything out in the garage because I can't.
Now, are you righty or lefty, Tom?
Oh, I'm right-handed, so I got the good one, and I have a day job, but this was entertainment at night and weekends, and something to fiddle around with, and I'm not doing that. We'll see when it all comes unwrapped how much I can.
Yep.
Still
What do
do.
What do you do for a living, if I may ask?
I work for. I'm the Excel numbers guy for a small insurance agency in Warren, Michigan.
So you're like the IT guy, or what are you?
Yeah, I used to be a Blue Cross underwriter.
Oh, okay.
And now I went over to the other side. I work on the broker side, and now I try to keep Blue Cross honest. So.
Steve, the transit camera is asking, what'd you do, Tom? If you could bore you with the 37th explanation.
Do what now?
If we can have you bore us with the explanation for the 37th time, what happened to your hand?
Oh, well, it was about 2 days after Christmas. It had snowed here. I had a couple of my snow blowers out. I'd done, about half of my street. And one of the older ones, 1976 Aaron's,
Ooh.
I was using, and of course the modern ones, when you take your hand off the handles, the auger stops. This Aaron's doesn't do that. It's a lever.
It's a lever, yeah. Oh, yeah, with the coupling up front.
A
Yep.
locking lever, yeah.
And I not thinking, it iced up, and I'm like, oh, going up there, and reached up there to knock the ice out of it, and it bit me.
Now, you were in the chute or where the augers are?
Well, in the chute up top.
Oh, so you got pinched. You got pinched between where the fan goes back. Ooh, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
That's like a food processor. Yeah.
You took a little meat off the
Ooh,
ends of it, didn't you?
It looked like some hamburger. Well, and I had my gloves on. It bit me, and of course, just the
shock of it,
surprise of it.
Yeah.
But I was finishing it up for the driveway for an older neighbor, so I just went ahead and finished the rest of that driveway.
Wait, you finished with your hand injured?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. My God.
I'm not allowed to quit.
How much meat did you take off of him?
Yeah, how much did you lose?
Did it take off of him?
Well, here's the difference.
Hold on, let me zoom in there.
Oh
my gosh.
Oh,
holy cow.
Wow, I didn't see
I didn't realize it was that much.
You took off a fourth of your fingers.
Wow.
Yeah, well, it's down to the knuckle now.
Holy
he went back. The doc tried to leave as much as he could, as he thought might survive.
Yep.
And now 3 weeks in, I went back on Monday, and he looked at it, and some of the tissue was not doing well because of blood flow. So he went and, had to sort of re-amputate today.
Yeah. Wow.
Somebody, I went to, it was at Hurley Hospital here in Flint, Michigan, which is an excellent hospital.
Mm-hmm.
They had a cancellation, so I had to be there at 11 for the procedure at 1.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody canceled, so I got moved up. I was there at 11, and we were in, one slot early. So we got in early, we got out early.
It did. Let me ask you, though. I remember when I went in for mine, what hurt the most wasn't what they did. It was the numbing needles. That hurt more than anything else, because they were going they were going in about an inch into the tissue to try and numb me up. And literally, when they started suturing me, I felt it. I said, "Lady, you didn't go." And she goes, "Oh, we have to do it again." And I'm like,
Well,
man.
Both times they've worked on mine.
Yep.
They've knocked me out, general.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I was there, but I wasn't there, so that's a blessing.
Yeah.
So,
dang.
Yeah.
Lawnmower Detective's just saying hello. Oh yeah, Dave's at work. He's second shift. I forgot. He's still at work.
Hey, Lawnmower Detective. What's up, Mona Meat? All we need is Tom Dobie in here now. We don't have the crew here, huh?
I haven't seen Tom in a while. I saw him the other day when he was with his buddy over there doing their stream, but I haven't seen him in a little while.
I seen him last week. About a week
usually he does that dual stream with his buddy over there.
The
long guy, yep. Lanier, whatever that guy, or DLT, whatever that guy is over there.
Well, if Lawnmower's on, Tom's going to be on his live stream. If Tom's on, Lawnmower's going to be on his stream.
Hey, this Phil. Hey, Phil. Haven't talked to you in a while. Hope all is well out in Washington there. Yeah, Phil's out in Washington. Everyone's saying hello. But, yeah, we got about maybe not even an inch today, but it was slippery and slushy, and they canceled schools and all that, which they really didn't have to. But I end up bringing my truck finally to a mechanic that's a friend of a friend, and he's going to replace the front end for me. So I tell you, it sucks. I mean, my wife was without wheels for 3 months, and I know that was terrible, but just being without wheels for 3 days is going to kill me.
Yeah, Johnny's battery's dead on his. Oh, Johnny Best is in the house. Say hi to everybody, Johnny.
Hey guys, how y'all doing tonight?
Hey, Johnny.
It's cold out there now. It's like 35 right now.
Oh, yeah,
it's gonna get cold. It's gonna be in the upper 20s in the morning, I think. It's gonna be like the morning lows will be upper 20s or something, mid 20s for a couple of days.
Yeah, Boneyard, take care, buddy.
And so I called Johnny up about 5 o'clock, right when he shut the shop down. I says, Mrs. cooking the shrimp gumbo tonight, gumbo weather. So anyhow, shrimp and egg gumbo. So he said,
well, you said gumbo weather. What constitutes gumbo weather?
Cold weather.
Okay.
Cool weather. Anything below 50. We call that gumbo. But we make gumbo in the summer too, though.
Now your gumbo is what, with rice as a base? You use a rice or what?
No, roux. Roux is the base of a gumbo. You just serve it over rice.
Oh, okay, all right. But what in yours you got, like what, the andouille and all that stuff in there?
No, just not in a seafood gumbo. No, it's just
seafood. Ooh, even better.
Shrimp. That's it. Shrimp, and you add boiled eggs to it. After you peel the boiled egg, or you just make a potato salad for the side. That's made with eggs anyway.
Man, that sounds like summer eating to me.
So anyway, I called Johnny up right at 5. He shut the shop down. I said, "You want to come eat some gumbo?" He said, "I'd love to," but he says the battery's dead on my truck again. I'm like, "Oh." So I said, "Well, we'll go get you." Missy went and got him, and we're gonna just let him go home tonight, or spend the night here. Either he'll go home tonight in my Jeep. We'll loan him the Jeep for a day or so, because he's got to go do some grocery shopping anyway. So, and we do that all the time with him. If something's wrong with his vehicle, we loan him ours.
It sounds like he needs a jump pack. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, well, he's got a big old, he's got a battery charger, and all that. Plus the one with the boost on it, the big one. Oh, we need to work on that. Change the switch.
Yeah, we got to
forgot about that.
Switch on that big one.
But I tell you though, those jump packs now are like the size of a cigarette box. They're small.
Yeah, just about. Yeah, those are nice. Those are nice. In fact, I think we might invest in one. Especially like the riding motors and stuff, zero turns and stuff.
Yeah, our buddy 65 Ford, he just did a video today. He took one of those apart to show you how it worked. It's amazing.
Oh, he took it apart?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, a bunch of lithium batteries.
Yep. For the amperage it can crank out, it's amazing.
Yeah. I remember Terrell did a review on one. He didn't tear it apart or anything like 65 did, but
I know Martin Butler, our friend over there in England, he got one as a demo unit from that Top Don company. I like Top Don because I use their battery tester, their electronic battery tester. It works really good on the small engine batteries.
Does it put a load on the battery itself? Does it actually put a working load
on it? But it tests like the state of charge, the state of health, your alternator output, stuff like that. It isn't that bad. It was like, I think it cost $30, but it really, when you go to a customer and you tell them the customer battery's no good, I just bought it a year ago. Well, you know what? I've had batteries go dead in 6 months. Especially tractor batteries, wintertime. You know what I mean? So, it's just nice to be able to show the customer state of charge, state of health, this and that. It'll tell you if a cell's dead or something. It's a nice little test.
We sounds like it's worth $30 for sure.
Yeah. It was an Amazonian special one day. There was like 15% off or something. It was for $30. I think normally it's like 35. It's called TOPDON, Top Don, and it's a blue. In fact, the same battery tester. Zippo bought is exact same one. Zippo has a video on the same exact tester.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a good. That's why I bought. I saw Zippo's initially. I said, let me try that. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Whatever Zippo, if he says something, you can take that check to the bank and cash it.
Absolutely.
Years ago, we had a green light Autoport store in my hometown. and they, regular auto parts store, but this one store, they majored a lot in aftermarket chrome and high performance stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where all the race car mechanics went to, and other mechanics, because they sold regular parts. They had a battery tester there that it was a huge box.
We talk like a carbon pile tester.
Well, this one, I was young. I think 16 or 17, like when they were open, up until I was probably 20. But I don't know what kind of tester it was. But it actually put a load
Oh yeah.
on the battery and would show a dead cell or
Yep.
2 dead cells, whatever.
Yep.
It would
Usually you see them glow. Those testers, you look through the grill, you see it glowing.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's what it was.
Yep.
That's what it was. It would actually put a working engine load on that tester.
Those are called carbon pile testers. That's what the technology. It's called. You're loading a carbon pile. That's what it is. It's glowing, and it's like putting it's like putting a hair dryer on it and letting it glow and all that stuff. So,
and those are the best battery testers, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, definitely got to put a load on it and then see if it recovers.
Because the other night, I forget if it wasn't my live stream. I think it was a Theo's live stream, Country Mile Garage.
Yep.
Molly wants to be on.
Pratt's came in there and said, "Hey, I need a actual puppy dog."
Oh, what now? Is that a Yorkie?
Yeah, this is Molly. She was rescue. As far as support animals go, I am Molly's support animal. I cannot walk out of the room without her needing me. So she has on my desk here, she has a bed, and she just hangs out with me, and she's my little buddy.
Yeah, we bought a cat figuring we'd have it for cuddling and stuff, but it still hasn't learned to cuddle.
Skittish.
Yeah, it'll sleep between your legs, and then if you move, it gets off, and you never see it again.
Yeah. Well, one of our cats just likes to chew on me. So if you see a couple of
believe me, I got the scratch marks. It loves it when you rub on it, but it wants to like play with you with the claws.
When it's done, when Thor is done, he'll just bite you. That's the cat.
My cat he'll start to bite, but then he knows he's not supposed to. So before he draws blood, he'll let go.
Well, Kenny, I give you a lot of credit because I was following the story with your cat, and it's health issues. And
I just thank God we had the money when it happened, because so many people, I mean, even the people at the animal hospital were saying to us, how many people are willing to invest on a cat that you just rescued? And, it broke our heart. I mean, it just, like I said, thankfully we had it, but when do you say when? And and it preys on your conscience and everything else too. And sometimes I can't stand it when the vets try and take advantage of people that don't have the means. And it's like, look, you can't let it die. Oh, come on, really? I don't know. It's tough. I mean, it really is tough. But hey, thankfully the Virgil now, it's been about 5 months after that. So now we know that if it happens again, we know what drugs to give him and all that. So hopefully, it'll be good. But every time I look at him, like, you cost me. No, I don't do that. He's part of the family. He's definitely part of the family. But I said, though, I said to him secretly, Virgil, if it happens again, I'm watching my checkbook. So, we'll see. But anyway, like I said, part of the family. You don't count the dollars. You just hope you have it.
Right.
So
I can afford it.
I don't need the new wheels and tires for my truck, so who cares?
Well, that shows your love for animals.
Yeah. Well, like I said, we only had them a few months. It wasn't like we had them a long time. Well, no, I can't say that. We got them around just before Thanksgiving last year. So we probably had them about 6-8 months. So yeah, I think it was about 8 months. But the vet even said he looked a lot older in person than what we told him he was. So they thought he was a few years old. We're like, no, technically he's only about 18 months old. And they're like, he's pretty big because he weighs 15 pounds. He's supposed to weigh like 10, 11.
That's a fat cat.
It is. He's got a big gut on him. But I tell you, he can move. This sucker can move. Especially when you're calling him for food.
Oh, bless you, John.
Bless you. What do we got here? Let's see. York. Yeah, like I tell you, we babysat one time. We loved it. It was a nice little one. They get a little barky once in a while, but they're a good size. So you just put them under your arm and go for a walk.
I love those little tiny Yorkies. There was a lady at the group supermarket one time.
Oh, crypto.
And I grabbed Missy's attention. It wasn't just a dog that was cute. But anyway, I grabbed Missy's attention. I was pointing at the lady, and then she was like, oh, then she saw the dog in a little backpack, a little coat.
Oh, yeah. They use them, the kitty the baby backpack. I've seen that.
Yeah, man, the prettiest, cutest little Yorkie you ever seen in your life. Man, well behaved. I'm like, well, does she go to bite if I pet her? She said, no, she doesn't have that disposition at all.
Yeah, the one we made
her hair was so
lick you to
soft.
death. The one that we had. Hey, is Johnny hacking up a lung back there? What's going on?
No, I thought I had it muted. No, he'd blown his nose.
It sounded like he's hacking up a lung or something.
No, the way he blew his nose in that paper towel, it came out as a different noise. it came out of like a. Brrr.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Hey, Motor Coach, we got less than an inch today, but it was from icy cold to rain to slush to snow. So the roads were kind of nasty, but now it's not too bad.
I can imagine with freezing rain. Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, the roads were like below freezing. So when it hit the road, it turned to like ice and then snow on top of that. So, what they do is they salt the living crap out of the road. So now it looks like, a salted pretzel out in the street,
You see, a lot of people think, Cajuns, people from the South can't drive in snow and stuff. We can drive in snow. We can. It's no different than the mud, but the problem is down here when it snows, it actually will get more ice than snow, unless there's no actual rain. Then it turns cold and turns the rain on the streets to ice. If it's actually just snowing, no problem. But hardly nobody can drive on ice.
Yeah.
Even up north, you need tire chains and stuff. Yeah, ice is the killer down here.
Yeah. Hey, Chris, on this Force cycle here, if it has a purge bulb on it, you could drain it, put fresh fuel in it, and just keep hitting the purge bulb. The purge bulb will flush it all through and mix it so it's good. But if it doesn't have a purge bulb, just running the regular through it. The 4-stroke mix won't hurt. I mean, the 2-stroke mix won't hurt the 4-cycle. You'll just get a little bit of smoke. That's about it until it runs in.
Yeah.
Shouldn't hurt it.
Oh, it was a 4-cycle and somebody put 2 cycles.
Yeah,
I eventually
flush that oil out.
Yeah.
Eventually.
In fact, it might help your engine more than hurt it.
A little bit.
It's got oil in it.
Y'all want to hear a good story about a weed eater?
Oh, what do you got, Johnny?
A man brought me a weed eater one time. They had went squirrel hunting and they brought it way out in the woods to clear out to set up their tents and stuff. They forgot to bring 2-stroke oil with them. So guess what they did? Mix cooking oil with the gas.
Well, I've seen people use all kinds of oil. Yeah.
Yeah, they put cooking oil and mixed it with the gas and ran it. But after it sat up, everything was stuck.
I was gonna say, how long did it actually run?
I don't know. I tore it down. I had to end up putting a new piston and everything else.
Oh, wow.
Because
not too much lubrication qualities with vegetable oil.
Yeah,
that's what it was apparently. I said never use vegetable oil and mix gas with.
Although I've seen you could use the vegetable oil on a bar oil on a chain. I've seen that before.
I think Project Farm had a video out on that, didn't he? Something with cooking oil.
Well, he was trying to run. He ran an engine, I think, on
as a lubricant.
Yeah. He was trying all
to use
molasses and all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, he tried
Yep.
syrup one time, I think it was, or molasses, like you
maple
say.
syrup, I think. Yeah, I think it was maple syrup.
Something like that.
Yep.
Yeah. It crystallized.
Yeah, he's got a hell of a channel at Project Farm, man.
Oh yeah, he comes up with all, and then a lot of that stuff he's doing is from viewers' comments. You know, try this, try that. You know.
But he gets a lot of donations too. All the companies want him to test their stuff. So
yeah,
and he's honest. He's definitely honest with what. And in fact, some of the stuff he's tested, like Milwaukee tools and different bits and stuff, I agree with him on some of the test results he's gotten. But I'm amazed at some of the cheap stuff, like Harbor Freight zip ties. They're rated like number 2 out of like 10 different zip tie manufacturers. The cheap Harbor Freight ties come in like second. I was like, wow.
Yeah. Well, hey, they good. I know that.
Yeah, but the thing is with zip ties, the test is here like 0 degrees when it's cold, because they get very brittle and they snap. In the warm weather, they're not bad, but zip ties in the cold, like you're hanging Christmas lights or something, they just snap right off,
Well, that's about any zip tie, huh? Any
manufacturer,
huh?
But cold is the best. You put them in the freezer until they're ice cold, then see if they snap.
Okay. Yeah, there's no more resiliency there.
Yeah, it gets brittle. The plastic gets brittle.
too brittle. Wow. What I was saying earlier about Juan Prats, and I think it was in Theo's stream Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. He posed a question to the panel. And he's like a startup mechanic. He's investing in tools. He doesn't know a lot about mechanics, so he's asking questions, willing to learn.
Yeah.
And he's asking a question about a battery. He says, well, AutoZone or Advance, they say the battery is good, but it's just not wanting to start the car right.
Yep.
And I'm like, they said the alternator was good. He said it was 14 volts, whatever, when you put an ohm meter on it, or they checked it as 14 volts. I said, well, your alternator's working. I said, it's got to be a bad cell in your battery. And then everybody's telling him about the same thing, and he's not arguing with us. He says, yeah, but these 2 auto parts places said it's good. They tested it. I'm like, Juan, that does not mean a thing at all. That does not mean anything. I says, how old is your battery? First of all, we're going to go through trial and error, elimination. How old is your battery? Well, battery come out to be 6 or 7 years old. All right, the date on it was in there when he bought the car.
Yep.
Okay, it was 2007. Okay,
wow.
That's 5 years old, the battery. And sure enough, he finally agreed. Everybody's saying, change your batteries, your problems will go away. Sure enough, he bought a new battery. He sent me an email. We're friends. I've been knowing him quite some time. And he sent me an email and said, man, I put a brand new battery on there. Thank you for your advice, Casey. It worked, So
a lot of the mechanics around here, they recommend changing your battery literally every 2 or 3 years, because especially with our winters, with the extreme hot and then the extreme cold.
Extreme cold, yeah.
I mean, it's not the battery is totally destroyed. You get one bad cell, and that's it.
Yeah. What's up, Mr. Big John? How
Big
you
John.
doing today?
Not much. How are y'all doing
Tiny
tonight?
John, as he's choosing to be called tonight.
Well, that's what Mick keeps calling me. So,
Oh, okay.
Says I have tiny stickers.
Okay. Well, I don't have any stickers of my own.
Well, in French, we would call that T-John. T-John.
So
They would call out.
but I do have tiny hands, I guess.
Now you do. Yeah.
Yes, I saw that a while ago, Haney. I was like, man, that's tough.
Now you can make a video saying, do not do this with your snowblower. This is proof.
Yeah.
Guess it knocks you out of the guitar playing business, huh?
Well, yeah, looks like I'll never play a violin again.
Never played to start with, huh?
Right.
I got a left-handed fiddle for sale. I do.
Yeah.
No, but you can play steel guitar though,
Yeah.
because all you use is a slide for that.
You know, one of the beautiful things is I have no musical ability whatsoever. Can't sing, can't play, but I certainly appreciate the people that do play. And I mean, I love to watch music being performed, and it's so impressive. And I've always enjoyed, you see people or family groups or putting it out, at church or in a community band, that the work they put into it. It's music performed live is so much better than just throwing a CD into a player. And so I love music. I just can't perform it. So.
Andy Crypto was asking you what you did to your hand. She
Yeah,
missed the first part.
I said he had a fight with Aaron's and he lost.
Yeah.
I told her you popped off to your wife.
Leslie's over here laughing. She's listening in on this. So
okay.
No, I know better than that. She'd have done more than this if I popped off. So
No, I know the feeling.
The thing that got me when I did my finger, the deck was off. It was actually off, but the brake didn't engage because it was rusty. So you had a little bit of momentum in there, inertia spinning the blades. Well, they weren't even going fast, but they were razor sharp, brand new. And when I went to go lift the deck to get it on the trailer, I just went like that. Boom. I go, what the hell was that? And I look, and it's like carnage. I'm like, oh, thank you.
Yeah.
And you don't realize that you're looking at it, and it's like no blood or anything because it's fresh, and you're in shock, and it's like, what the heck?
Well, mine was in the glove, and the glove looked like it had, like
fingers in it.
Well, it turned out it did have fingers in it, but
the glove stayed attached.
Yeah, it didn't split the glove apart.
Oh,
so
wow.
I finished doing that driveway. I only had like 3 more passes to do.
I'm just amazed. Yeah, you went back and finished. I was like, whoa.
Well, I mean,
did you not feel it because of like the shock or anything? Or
I think it was part shock and part. It was cold. I'd been out there for a long time, so the hands were kind of numb anyway. Even though I had brand new Christmas thin slate gloves on, so I went into the garage, into the house. I said to Leslie, my wife, I said, I just had an accident with a snow blower, and then I pulled the glove off, and that's when we saw, and we both said simultaneously, yeah, we're going to Hurley, which is the hospital here in Flint. And ER we went.
Well, I tell you, when I worked offshore when I was 19 and 20, all the older guys always told me if you got your fingers cut off, you wouldn't know it till you pulled your gloves off.
Yeah.
That's what I always heard out there.
Safety shoes. You got the steel toe, and all that steel does is act like a knife. They don't realize it.
In certain instances, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, now we got composite toes in ours.
So, Scotty said he can't be trusted with spark. Yeah, that's true. Seen the video.
He was saying a lot of guys are doing the videos now on using the battery testers to like all they're doing is desulfating the batteries. That's all they're doing. They're knocking all the stuff off the plates and redoing them. Yeah, there's a lot of videos on that. If you buy one of those desulfide things or whatever, but you know what? For me, if I keep the jump box with me at all times, and if I've got to jump it more than a couple of days, I know something's wrong. But I use my tester. The tester tells me if any cells are bad or anything like that, But a lot.
So that $30 tester does tell you if you got a bad cell in it.
Yeah, so it's not too bad.
Okay.
Hey, look, our Canadian Mexican is up right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, boom. Hey, Bruce, what's up, brother?
Good, Mr. Bruce.
Hey, Bruce. ¿Cómo se va, Swap?
Good.
Hello, Bruce.
How you doing, Mr. Haney?
Well, you can kind of see it. I'm bandaged and go another 10 days, and we'll see what it looks like when he unwraps it.
Did you get your second surgery today then?
Yeah.
So you're probably still medicated.
Well, probably a little bit. They
Yeah, I think
did
so.
move it up an hour because one before mine canceled, so I went like
Okay.
at noon instead of at 1 o'clock essentially.
Right.
So, and it's now what, 8 o'clock here Eastern. So
I hate
Yeah,
to say this. I hate to say this, but they do look a little shorter.
Yeah,
Oh,
he showed us side by side. I was like, whoa.
seriously shorter.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. Wow.
But you know,
So what? I never heard. You said it was on an auger on your email, but what did you do? I missed the last little comment.
One of the older ones I have is a Aaron's. It's like a 1976, and it has the handles where you engage and disengage. It doesn't have the modern where you let go and everything stops. And so it clocked. And I've been using a more modern one all day up to that point. That 1133.
Oh yeah.
That I've been so proud of. But for some reason, I was using this Aaron's one just to give it a workout on a neighbor across the street, just her smaller driveway. And it clogged with ice. And I went up to look and see why it wasn't doing it. And bad habit, because it normally all the augers and stuff stop when you let go of them on the modern ones. But that one was still in gear, and I reached up there to see what it was, and it bit me.
The chute.
In the chute.
Yeah.
So you actually thought it was off when you went to the front of the.
Well, if you're unplugging, you can't tell because you're unplugging that snow cone in there.
Yeah.
And you reach a little bit too deep, and bam.
Yeah. He was into that security. That was like a false sense of security.
Yeah, because you're digging through
the ones with the lever. Once you leave the rear end of the machine, they stop. So he was in that false sense of security. That one was the same. And
the old ones don't stop. My John Deere has on-off levers that go clunk and they stay on until you turn it off.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what kind of levers mine has.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the ones in the 80s and newer, they'll release when you let go, but the older ones have a big coupling in the front, and you go flip the L-shaped lever up or sideways, left to right, and that's it. I think is that the left to right lever, Tom? I think
it's forward to backward on.
Yeah, you just engage it, and it just stays. It flops in and stays in until you pull it.
Yeah. It's those big old Aaron's ones that have look like a lever on a slot machine with a button on the top, and
Yep. Definitely pre-OSHA approval,
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So
pre everything.
Yeah. But I tell you though, it really, like we said, if you're looking at a chute and it's full of snow and you're going like this with your hand, taking out little by little by little by little by boom, and you're like, it doesn't take much, especially since the fans don't have much clearance between the auger the fan housing, and it's just like a food processor.
Yeah.
It's just a shear.
A bad analogy.
Yeah, pure shear.
Well, no, it's a good analogy. It looked like hamburger.
But I tell you, like I said, though, it'll give you the false sense of security. You think, it's okay. I'm just digging out a little bit, and it'll start to push out. But then, bam,
Were the augers weren't turning, but they were still trying to be spun by the engine then?
No. It was still engaged, fully engaged, Bruce, full RPM. Oh yeah, but the thing is, you're digging out the snow cone.
Yeah, well, you don't have to tell me. I was just asking because
crazy.
I did the mod where you put the rubber seal between the impeller and the housing, and sometimes they it even causes more pent up friction, right?
But just chilling thinking about it though, man. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lesson for us all. Yeah. Thank you, Tom, for the lesson.
Oof.
Somebody was saying,
but you still have on your right hand. You still have this, eh?
Yeah, I still have.
Oh, you're lucky.
Oh,
I have a pinky and a thumb, and then I don't know. Can everybody see that?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm
Blow him
getting
up.
pretty
Blow him
good.
up, Ken. Let's see.
What's that?
I forget if it's David Ackerman.
Blow him up.
Oh,
With-
hold
yeah,
on. Wait a minute.
Everybody's familiar with Dave
Please.
Ackerman.
There
I think
we
it's
go.
him.
Yeah. Wow.
Like you said, your manicurist is going to have to charge you 7 out of 10 now.
Yeah,
Oh.
I get 30% off now.
30% off.
Yeah. But I'm
Well, 30% off. So
Yep. Yeah, the classic one. I think they did away with it with like the 724s and 824s and all those. But yeah, the older white engined ones, the ones that have the white engines on them. Yeah, they tend to
My John Deere is pretty much the same machine, and it's a 1978.
Yep.
yeah, it's Tecumseh 5-horse, has points on it. Beautiful machine. I added an electric start to it. I found,
Okay.
but the pull start on it is easy. I mean,
I got to interrupt. It was Dave Ackerman that sent me the electric start and proper tank for mine years ago. Years and years ago.
I follow Dave.
What do you have, Bruce? You got the 826 or 1030?
832. So it's a little wide for an 8 for.
And I was gonna say an 8's enough horsepower for 32, huh?
Oh, you just got to go a little slower.
Yeah. Huh.
So, Haney, yours was a 5-horse engine on that Aaron's?
Yeah, it's a 524, 520 or 524.
Right, 524. It's enough to push it though, because it's geared well. They have a really good gear ratio in it.
Okay.
And it's a 24, not a 32. So it's a well matched size. Most 5s are 24s.
But I guarantee
if I'm not mistaken, Dave Ackerman, either it's him or somebody else that lives up in that area. He carries a stick in his back pocket in case he gets a snow cone like that. That stops up. He'll stab that stick in there, and kind of clean it out.
Well, I'll tell you, I got one in this year. You know how they come with the plastic shovel now, that little plastic shovel?
Scoop.
Half the shovel was in the clip. I go, where's the other half? He says, no, it ate it. So I can just imagine what it did to your hand, Yeah, he used the plastic shovel trying to clog it, and it literally sheared the shovel part of it right off. I said, why'd you have it while you were doing it?
Even when I'm working on them, I spin them with a stick before I start.
Yeah. Well, they say a lot of times up your way, Brucey, people don't, like Donnie Boy did the video, they don't, if they keep it outside, you have to make sure there's no more snow in it because it'll freeze
shut
on the bottom. Yeah.
And you start it up and you don't realize there's all that pent up energy inside there.
Well, you burn your belt right out. Boom.
Yeah.
Cajun, what kind of
did one of those just the other day on a short.
Yep. What do you say, John?
I was going to ask Cajun what kind of snowblower he had. Kind of same kind I do, huh?
It's called a leaf blower.
Yeah, exactly.
Although up here, when we get a lot of powder, I'll use a backpack. I don't care. Blow it off.
I use a leaf blower too.
Whatever works.
3 weeks before we left home. 3 weeks before we left home, I had. Sorry, John. We had minus 30 degrees the whole time, and I just used my little leaf blower because the snow is light and fluffy, and away it goes.
You need to get you a flamethrower, Mr. Bruce.
I have one. A weed burner.
Yeah, I got one. They're pretty cool.
Yeah. I use that for the front steps and the sidewalk because sometimes it drips from the gutter and you get like a puddle on your front steps, and that's not good.
It's better than salt because it doesn't kill your grass.
Oh man! Well, salt in the concrete too takes off all the cream and it looks like garbage.
We use weed burners down here to light our charcoal or our wood for the barbecue pit.
Yep.
Instead of charcoal fluid, use that. I've got one somewhere. It's buried, so I hooked up to a tank. But anyway, so
we all have a lot of stuff that's buried.
Yeah, I use I use charcoal starter. But like if Matt comes over, the neighbor guy used to run a electrical and plumbing crew for, and then naturally Johnny's going to be here. Well, Matt automatically he'll bring his weed burner his torch automatically, because that's how he starts his all the time. Also,
Yeah, mine is like a rosebud torch, and it's got the starter on it. But I tell you, it does a heck of a job
Yeah.
on weeds. My
Yeah,
driveway
mine
is
is-
notorious.
Mine's a modern one with an electric starter, a Plesio electric start.
I tell you, Brucey, I got a piezo that I replaced on my Weber grill. My grill's like 30 years old, but
Yeah.
the piezo, the wire broke off, that connects it.
Yeah.
And I didn't need the piezo. I just needed the wire with the connector. So the piezo was sitting on my counter the other day, and I'm screwing around with it going click, 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 click. I got buzzed a few times. Boy, that blue spark, it's like a taser, I was amazed how much voltage
A
that
few
put out.
times you didn't learn after the first time you shot yourself with it?
No, I'm a glutton for punishment. It actually felt kind of good, but
We have somebody in chat that's been shocked recently, I believe.
shot or shocked?
Shocked.
Oh,
oh yeah.
That
Tim.
would be Scotty Daniel.
oh, Scotty Daniels.
Mm-hmm. And there's video to prove it too.
Oh,
What did that shocked with?
That's how you. Well, that's how you tell it you got spark, right? You wait.
Exactly.
You put it on there and you pull the
Put
cord.
your fingers on it, pull the cord.
Well,
Oh.
This one was running. I think he went to pull the cap off the spark plug, and it bit him.
If I've got a
I
bad
guess
coil
so.
and if I've got a bad coil and I don't see an indication on the neon indicator, which is just an indicator,
That's it.
I will put my finger between the plug and the wire just to see if I can feel a tingle.
I've had very weak coils. You can actually hold it, pull it, and and feel it in your hand. But just
that's
enough.
what I do. Yeah,
just enough. So.
Grab one of the neighborhood kids, grab them by their hand, then you touch the spark plug. It'll pass through you, and then
you
hit
won't
the
feel a
ground.
thing.
So
I actually did that
he
one
gets
time. Someone was actually holding on to me. It was the summertime, so we didn't have shirts on. Someone was holding on to me, and that happened to me. And he goes, "The heck you do?" And I was like, "That's electricity."
shocking.
It looks for the
Sorry.
best ground it could find.
Sorry, I had
on
the dates wrong, Scotty.
Older Mercury outboards, like say the late 60s, 70s, or 70s, when you take that Mercury outboard cover off the band and the top, they have a yellow sticker, warning, high voltage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You're looking at 60 to 70,000 volts.
Oh, believe me, when
when
I used to work on cars a lot, we would take sprayers, like liquid sprayers, put water in it, and do a little bit of mist over the distributor before we went near it, just to make sure. Because at night you could see the arcing. A little bit of a water spray.
Oh, okay.
You're showing your age, man.
I know. Hey, we used to keep WD-40 in the car, Bruce, to spray the distributor caps whenever it rained out, because when the distributor got wet, you'd lose your spark.
Water displacement, WD.
That must have been a Chrysler
question.
product, because the Chryslers were famous for in the rain.
Mm-hmm.
The Chryslers had those ignition boxes on the firewall. They were notorious for it when they got wet. So we'd always, I knew what a Chrysler would always carry one of those electronic boxes in there.
And the 6-cylinder Chevys had a distributor on the side. As soon as you went through a puddle, they quit.
I grew up in a GM family, so we're in the Chrysler products I've owned through my life. Every time I get one, I'm like, why do I have another one of these?
Yeah. You walk by them with an ice cream cone in your hand and they quit.
I tell you, I love the old Chrysler starters, though, Brucey, where you have to hit them with a baseball bat to let them engage. And then the Chryslers, you turn a Chrysler starter, would wind down for like 3 blocks.
Yeah. With the old
strong starter, just to slow RPM.
Nova will do that. You just whap it with the ball bat because it's right there.
Yep.
And if it's sticking.
I remember my 55 Chevy had headers in it, and the starter would get so hot it would lock up. So you'd have to go in there with a wrench and hit the the live terminal to the solenoid to click over the starter. I still have the wrench. It has like a half moon burn mark from all the times I clicked on the starter to the battery terminal.
My old Volkswagen Beetle had that problem. I used to have to lay on the ground and reach up with a screwdriver underneath the left rear tire and start that thing.
Yep. What's
No money, eh? No money.
Just park on a hill and pop the clutch.
Pop start.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Second
that
gear.
One time with
I remember when I first got
Ford.
married, my wife's Nissan or Datsun, I think it was called a Datsun back in 1981. But when the clutch was going, I was going to college at night, and I would always park on the hill because reverse, you'd only have to go like 3 feet. Boop,
but if it would catch it, second gear worked better on the front because it would turn the engine over a little quicker.
Yep. All right. So what's JP looking for? Anybody know the foot-pound rating? The only question I have on that is why.
For the older 8 and 10 flat head Tecumsehs.
Yeah.
160 inch pound.
No, he's talking about what the engine's rated at, not the bulk torque.
Oh, the foot pound. Oh,
he was posting the newer errands and what their ratings were for football. It's a fallacy now, though, guys, because the newer engines have aluminum flywheels, so they don't have the inertia like the old cast iron ones did. So now you're buying an engine. It's got 22 horsepower V-twin. It's got the same torque as my 10 horsepower Kohler K series because the flywheel weighs 5 times as much. You know.
Yeah, all the newer Briggs, they quit the horsepower rating years ago.
Yeah.
Some big controversy.
Yeah, they got sued because they were 6.5. They were calling it a 7 or whatever.
Yeah.
No, it's foot. Yeah.
So
no,
they
it's
went by foot pounds.
Gross foot pounds torque. Yeah.
Gross, right? So, gross foot pounds torque.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's all smoke and mirrors.
I think the most honest thing was just telling us how many inches or how many
CCs, right?
CCs it is, and then
how about everyone now? Oh, a 212, that's a 6.5 horse. And then you got people up there, times it by 15 or divided by 15 and all these different numbers and
formula.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I still think of the Honda GX160 as being 5.5 horsepower. That's all.
Y'all were talking about distributor caps earlier. I had my Dodge truck before I got my Jeep. I had a V6 Magnum in it, and if it was foggy outside, real humid, which is real foggy, that truck would not start. I used to have to take a blow dryer, plug it in with an extension cord, and set the blow dryer on the engine, aiming at the distributor cap. 10 minutes later, the truck would start. Because it would not start before that, because that distributor had a hairline crack in it somewhere, that cap. And you know how much trouble those are to change on a V6?
Well, it's like the old.
You figure the smaller the engine, a V8's easier to change than a V6.
Well, on the old Chevys, you had to crawl up and lay your stomach onto the hot rad pipe and get back at that freaking distributor cap, too.
You know what I hated, though, on my old Chevy, though? I always punctured my head on the hood latch.
Exactly.
Who hadn't done that?
So we'd always have a tennis ball with us. We put the tennis ball on the hood latch.
That's a good idea. Sure. No, I don't.
I got impaled more than once. Yeah.
Well, the 70 Cutlass Supreme hood had the part that came down about a foot that is to cover the nose of it, and I bapped my head on that thing a couple times on my 70 Cutlass Supreme, which I still miss.
Well, I thought you were going to say you still have.
Oh, I wish.
Some of the
I have the speedometer out of it.
I had a 1968 Camaro with the 327.
I'll be right back.
The catch lever, that catches down on the older vehicles. Some of the hoods had the catch lever attached to the hood.
Yeah, that's what my 55
lever being down at the bottom. You had, like he was saying earlier.
I got
8 to 10 inches of a latch lever hanging down right there. And like me, I used to crawl in the engine bay. Yeah. And then I'd pick my head up like that, like Ken was saying, with the tennis ball thing. Either you had the round, the pointy one.
Yep.
That had the notch in it, or you had the catch lever. Oh yeah, many times.
Yeah, the 55 Chevy had the hook, that hook point. The newer ones had the little round button with the spring underneath it. Those weren't too bad. You get a dent, but the old Chevys, you get a nice hole in your head.
Yeah.
Hey, Mark Wiley, hello.
Mark Wiley. Wow, I ain't seen him in a little while.
Yeah.
My vehicle of the day was a 68 Camaro with the 327 with the
First year that they had no vent windows, Bruce, right? 67, they had the vent windows. 68, they did without them.
Mine did not have the vent windows.
Yeah,
my dad's had the vent windows, and he had the SS, and I had the RS, and mine was not a vented window.
You talking about the little front windows?
Yeah, 67 Camaros had a vent window. 68 and 9 did not have vent windows.
And his had the hideaway.
You got a little crank handle on it?
Yeah.
His had
the worked great.
Well, it was just a lever. It was just a lever.
Yeah, the little lever.
Yeah,
the lever you pull it.
Okay.
Yeah, lever you pull
I remember some of the little vent windows. They had a little bitty, short, smaller.
Yeah, my 55 Chevy had that. You crank the little thing. But I tell you, you're on the highway. It was like a blast furnace in the summertime.
Mm-hmm. There was only 12 years difference between the 55 Chevy and the 67 Camaro. Though. And what a change all those years.
Big difference in technology, though, right?
Yeah, it was a big time.
Yeah.
I wore my Camaro out so bad that in the cold I used to have to take the spark plugs out and dump some oil into the maybe 4 or 5 cylinders just to get enough compression for it to start.
Oh wow! Yeah, the 55. I love my 55. I miss that car.
If I had the same car again, I wouldn't do to it what I did when I was 20.
I just wish I knew back then when I was 18, 19 what I know now because
What you had.
It would have been more fun because I would have made it safer. I put it this way: you realize some of the things you drove when you were a kid, it wasn't safe. What I drove was not safe.
And we all took them up to that maximum velocity.
Wouldn't have even had seatbelts.
I mean, I had 4-wheel drums on that things, and the brakes weren't good. And I'm doing 130 with it,
Yeah. Well, you had to know how fast it would go, right? Up until I was about 20, 25 or 26 years old, up until I became a dad. I took every vehicle up to its maximum velocity, no matter what vehicle it was, whether it was a Volkswagen Beetle or my 71 Bel Air, right? You had to know how fast it would go.
Yep. Well, you had to make sure that 130 mile an hour speedo, was it there for a reason,
Yeah. The Camaro came back to 0.
That was the round one, went right around.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't have the little stop peg.
No.
Yeah.
Well, my brother-in-law,
the old wide speedometers where they had the needle lever go from
like
the left to the right,
Chevys.
and the speedometer was
the old Pontiac Strato Chief with them.
Yeah, but how about the one like the Oldsmobiles where it had a tube that rotated and it went from green to yellow to red as you went higher and higher?
My father had one of those Valiants with the push button automatics.
Oh yeah, yep. Yeah, the old torque flights and stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the transmission buttons were on the left side of the dash, left side of the steering wheel. Yeah,
It had the leaning tower of power.
Like the Edsel that had it in the steering where the horn is. They had the push button.
That's great. And all mechanical.
I didn't know that about the Edsels. I'm not that familiar with the Edsels because my dad never owned one.
My grandmother owned one, and it was literally stolen by the Hells Angels across the street, and they brought it back on fire.
They probably did her a favor then. Insurance money.
It was an Edsel. I'll never forget. It was an Edsel Ranger 4-door, 1958, and it was pink and white. It was beautiful. Well, it was.
I wonder why they would steal those.
They just went. It was just joyriding. No, it's just joyriding.
Oh, okay.
But when they came back, they figured, a little Molotov cocktail, have a little campfire.
No prints.
Man, that looks good, Johnny Bess. Oh, she put eggs in it and made a potato salad.
Oh, he's got that gumbo.
You ain't got no shrimp in there, son. That ain't enough shrimp.
We had shrimp fajitas tonight.
We having shrimp gumbo.
You're gonna have to show us some, Bo.
So Bruce had the finest of the Mexican cuisine, and I also had Mexican cuisine tonight from a place called Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
My daughter and her fiance, they come home sometimes with the Taco Bell. I guess they wrap them up so tight they almost look like hot dogs, and they're tacos, and you get like 10 in a box or something like that. But I
Hamburger
can't.
tubes.
Yeah,
Tubes.
that's what it looks like. Yeah.
No, we had beautiful shrimp and chips and salsa before we started. You know how they bring that to you here? They bring you the dry chips and the salsa.
Oh, you went out for it, Bruce?
Well, we have a restaurant. Oh my, it's only 140 rooms in the whole condo, but they got a little tiny restaurant down there, and they serve good food. And we went down for supper tonight because we got lazy.
Yeah, that's nice.
Bruce, first car of 16 car. We had a West Coast trip. Oh.
How far is California from Ontario?
Long ways.
Yeah, 3,000 miles.
I tell my
the old song, Route 66, right?
Yeah. I tell my youngest kid, I said, you got to do a road trip at least once. We used to do Florida all the time. We'd go from Connecticut to Florida, 1,500 miles. We did that a dozen times easy. But I say to my youngest, he may be watching, you got to do a road trip. Get your friends, rent a car or something. Just go. Just have a good time. Go. See the road trip. Exactly. That's what we do, Brucey. We'd be sitting there having a beer. We'd be like in college or whatever. We'd have a couple days off. We'd be like, road trip. We just go. Just how much money you got? How far can we go and get home? We just went. Yeah. We used to love doing it. We'd go to see diners. We love diners. So we drive out to Pennsylvania 3 hours to go to a certain diner or something. Who cares?
A Duchess. And drive 3 hours to go to a Duchess somewhere you've done.
No, not Duchess. We'd go 3 hours to go to like Primanti Brothers in Philly, someplace, or in Pittsburgh. You'd have Primanti Brothers had the famous sandwiches, for the Pittsburgh Steelers and stuff. They would always talk about Primanti Brothers. So yeah, we'd drive 4 hours to get a sandwich. Why not?
Here in the Flint area, just north, up by Frankenmuth, Michigan, that exit. There's a famous place. It's been on the diners, drives, all that. It's called Tony's. And like if you get a BLT from there, it's got about a pound of bacon on that BLT. And that's right up close to where we are here. You can't go there too often, though. Your cholesterol will go through the roof.
Oh,
yeah, but everything they have is that way. It's
big.
Yeah.
And I know Mark's asking about Jason Pate. Those that don't know, Jason's in the hospital with COVID. And
I heard about that.
Yeah, if you go to his community page, he posted the other day. He wasn't feeling good. He did a video, and then yesterday he posted about how he was in the hospital. He actually posted from the hospital.
Yeah, both him and his wife's got it, but he was the worst off, so he's in the hospital. She's not.
Yeah. So I don't know if they're watching, but if they are, prayers go to you guys, Chris and Jason.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, these guys, they work so hard, 2, 3, 4 jobs for each of them. And, they're always working.
They're a team.
They are. Absolutely. So,
Tom, I think this is is this the first time we've been on a stream together?
Yeah, because this is the first time I've ever been on any stream as actually being on camera.
A participant.
Yeah.
Guest in the panel.
Well, it's good to see you.
Nice to see you.
You look better than the last. You look better than the last time I saw you in your picture.
Yeah.
You look pretty wiped out.
The hospital gown on back then.
Codeine and whatever else they gave you there.
Haney, type something in chat.
Type something in chat. Okay.
Yeah,
just say hi or whatever.
Okay, I'll do it over here on my phone.
Okay.
Oh, that's the one you have open.
Yeah. How's that?
There you go.
That way I can click on the 3 dots and I can automatically go to your channel and then I can.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's available now. Yep.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, they made it available again.
See my 4 videos. Rebuilding an old bug zapper. They're all about 30 seconds long.
Oh, Tom, I think someone's asking you about that restaurant.
It's Birch Run exit. It's called Tony's. It's excellent.
Well, bacon's a food group in my mind, so
Amen.
It's like gravy as a beverage.
Oh, I'll have. Give me a shoe with good gravy. I don't care.
Yeah, good white gravy at that, like for
Ooh,
breakfast.
sausage gravy. Oh,
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. Is there any other kind? No, there's good beef gravy too. Right?
There is, but
Yeah,
you
there
start
is.
out with a good roux and a nice sausage gravy. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
We can't do that up here. We got to do the beef gravy. We're from Alberta. That's beef country.
Well, yeah.
yeah. But when you say beef gravy, are you talking brown gravy or what are you talking?
Oh, leftover juices from a roast.
Just thicking it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you cook a beef roast, like in
there's
a
a price.
Magnolite or a black iron pot, you have we call it the gruyere on the bottom of the pot. Once you brown and sear your meat real good, like you burning it. Okay, it's almost like burning it. Okay, then you have the gruyere in the bottom of the pot. Okay, and you deglaze that. Well, first before you deglaze it, you add onions, bell peppers, such as the Trinity. Cajun Trinity, and you cook those down. And onions, bell pepper, they have water in it, in those vegetables. So what it does, it cools down, and you clear them, caramelize them, what have you. Then you add your water in there, and that's what makes your gravy.
No, it's hard to get. It is hard now. If you don't buy an expensive cut, it's easier to do because it's harder to do a good gravy with a raw meat. So
yeah, you need
if you do a cheaper cut, you can well cook your meat slow, pull the roast out, and then make your gravy.
Speaking of
we don't use no kitchen bouquet, none of that stuff, neither. No flour, nothing for those types of gravies.
I generally go over to the cabinet and screw the lid off the thing that says Heinz and put it in the microwave and warm it up.
Although there's a thing though that I saw. I watch. I don't know if you guys ever watch Helga's Pennsylvania Cooking. Real good.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's
wow. I haven't heard that name in a long time.
Oh, I watch Helga every chance I get.
Her husband's got a channel.
Does he? He does a lot of outdoorsy things, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah. No, he does mechanics.
Oh,
is good. Yeah.
But she uses this stuff called Better Than Bouillon, which is like a really concentrated bouillon, but in like a gel form, and you stick it. It makes the gravies taste really good too. Right. But we got Mowers and Blowers Outdone. He's up in Dundee, Michigan. I don't know how close that is to you. He's in Dundee.
Dundee is like down on the Ohio border, so it'd be about an hour and a half south of me. So, like, I'm originally from the Cincinnati area, so when I go back down there, I go through that area.
Yeah, my wife had a cousin in Covington, Kentucky, so just below Cincinnati. So I'm a little familiar with the area. Yeah, sausage gravy, you can't have it every day. That's true, Kentucky. That's true.
Oh, I love it though. I still love it.
My wife's father was from Arkansas, and the family that up there, they still talk about Aunt May and her sausage gravy every time. And my daughter makes pretty good sausage gravy, but every time my wife has it, she'll comment that about Aunt May's, how good it was, and
Mark, I don't understand what you're asking. How do you get better being on live stream? I don't know. You just do it. It's the biggest thing is don't be camera shy. Get up there, do a live, and just have fun with it, and get some people on, and just roll with it. That's all. Just have a good time.
Yeah, I'm camera shy.
You always wear a hat, John.
It keeps the glare down, so don't interfere with y'all's vision. See, Cajun has a lot more than I do.
Oh man,
mine gets thinner every time. Every time I go to the barber, I see in the back there's a little bit less. I've gotten to the point when I cut grass, I better put a hat on, otherwise it'll get burnt back there.
Yeah, my barber tells me, he goes, I still have a good head of hair. He says it's just getting whiter and whiter every time I come.
Yeah, I have a hair replacement program. I've been replacing scalp.
My brother-in-law did that for years. He actually did the hair club for men thing, and they literally like crazy glued this thing to his head. And I'm like, and he had to go to a special barber, and they'd have to dye it to match it. And oh my gosh, it looked like tricolor. It looked like the guys in church that were collecting the offertory. You know, they got like dark hair, red hair, blonde hair, gray hair. You could see like where it just faded over time.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Ugh.
Okay, I got it. So Helga's Pennsylvania Cooking is her husband has the disgruntled mechanic.
Oh, that's her husband, Mike.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know he was disgruntled.
Yeah, it's all humor. Like if he says right on his channel. Yeah, he says right on his channel every day he signs off. If you can find someone else to do it, you're better off.
Oh, I never made the connection. Because she's always cooking. Well, Mike likes this and Mike likes that. I didn't realize it was him.
Well, I went to her channel just now and it had TDC right on her first favorite channels list. So.
Interesting.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's good.
I didn't know that either.
Two great channels though. Helga, the cooking is unbelievable. Because she's in Pennsylvania Dutch country, so it's like.
And he's so funny. Like they got so much rust on their vehicles down where he lives, and he had 2 Chevy Volts. He had a 2010 and a 2017, and he sold the 2017 and he kept the 2010 or 2011 just to see how long it would go, because it's half electric or 3/4 electric, right?
Hybrid.
Well, not really a hybrid. They
those are full electric.
They run on batteries, and then the little engine charges the batteries if you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Volt.
Now, why don't those okay, the electric cars, they say, you got it like the, I don't know, the Volt and the other one,
Nissan Leaf,
Tesla.
electric. Yeah.
Why don't those electric battery cars, why don't they have some type of system where they can use an alternator to recharge the batteries on their own? That way you don't have to stop and recharge.
Well, it's like the perpetual motion machine. You're still going to lose. You're still going to lose energy turning the alternator on.
Not that much.
The ultimate problem, right?
The ultimate problem. And you go to school. They sit you down in college and they say the perpetual motion machine does not exist, and they go through and they tell you how.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Right, Ken?
That's like we used to have. Like we do the Rube Goldberg perpetual motion machines.
Yeah. But now there's a lady in MIT that's done some kind of a plane that actually can climb up a hill under its own power with the wind blowing at it. It's on a model. And she's going to win some kind of a physics award, Ken. She's going to win a physics award.
Well, we at Sikorsky give out every year a human-powered aircraft award. And you have to be able to hover for like 6 minutes, 3 feet above the air, human powered. And it's funny, the last people who won, they had something with propellers, almost looked like a drone, and you had 6 people sitting around in a circle with pedals, and they were pedaling, and they actually got themselves off the ground. Yeah. Wow. But you have to hold it for a certain number of minutes to win the award.
Yeah.
So pretty cool stuff, though.
Yep. We're not there yet.
They call it the Human Powered Flight Award. It's pretty cool.
That's right.
But like I said, a friend of mine had a Nissan Leaf, which is pure electric, and the problem was it would go 240 miles, I believe, on a charge. But once you got down to like 40 miles left, it went fast, especially if the temperature was down. And if you were stuck in traffic and it was 20 degrees out, you're dead.
Okay, there's no way in God's green earth that you can have an electric vehicle where we live unless you don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Because it was a 7-hour drive to my wife. It was a 7-hour drive to my wife's mom, right? It's wintertime, 30 below. And so just turning on the heaters and keeping the lights on and everything takes it from a 500-mile range down to 250-mile range. And you got to get a motel room somewhere and park halfway through the trip. And totally destroys the whole concept of the electric car. Yeah. We're going to get there. We're going to get there.
Generator in the truck bed.
Well, that's the joke. That's the running joke now. They show these electric vehicles with the hatch open with a Generac back there. You know,
Yeah.
trying to-
Or they
Yeah,
have,
okay.
or they have charging stations in the middle of nowhere with a diesel running it.
yeah. Well, they don't realize all the fossil fuel that it takes to make power, right?
All right.
Yeah.
We're not
Well,
there
it's
yet.
like-
But we're, you know
Like
what, you
this
can't.
guy, he's cutting his grass with electric push mower. Okay, electric. But his wife's behind him with a wheelbarrow with a generator producing, with the
Plug it in.
power for his lawnmower.
Although you can't on the alphabet, you can't get to Z if you don't go from A to B to C. So I'm not totally negative on it, but I think I'd rather see hydrogen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The problem
yeah.
is the safety of it.
Absolutely nothing discharged out of the tailpipe but water.
Yeah.
But then if
Yeah,
it was all jets, how much water vapor would we see?
Yeah, but they were saying though, Bruce, the tanks to store it and the weight of the tanks and all
A,
that.
B, C, D, E, right?
Yeah.
They probably have people that already designed a hydrogen engine or some other form of engine with a different kind of power, But the all giants,
Oh yeah,
the oil business are not going to let that go through.
No.
We live in the land of oil giants, same as you, John. And I don't know. I think there would be somebody quit that would have that info in their mind. So
I got a buddy in Canada. He's an electronics technician. He works on TVs and such as.
I thought you were talking about me.
He's not far from you, Bruce. His name's 12 Volt Vids. He's got 2 Chevy Volts.
Oh no, they make sense. But the Chevy Volt has a generator sitting right in the back.
Well, that's a good thing then, huh?
It is a good thing.
Yeah.
We have like 6 or 8 charging stations at work that they put in, and we have 8,000 employees in that building. And I think out of 8,000, we've got about 50 or 60 Teslas in the parking lot at any given time. But the only cars you ever see plugged into these stations are the real tiny ones, the Leafs,
the ones with no range.
Yeah, the little ones. The big ones, like the big expensive Teslas, I never see them charging them.
I'll have to say he's like a brother-in-law. He has a Volt, and they live in BC, and it's just perfect for the Volt. It's 40 miles to town and 40 miles back, and he can plug it in at home. And if he goes a little further, they use their little Colorado diesel truck.
It was funny. They're talking about an engine that runs on water. I've seen that, but the thing is, how do you heat up the water? It's just like everyone says, oh, nuclear power, nuclear power. Don't people realize the only reason they use the nuclear is to boil water?
To heat the water.
That's it. That's all you're doing is trying to heat water up for steam for generating.
You think you could do it thermally if you lived in Iceland. Well, that's what they do. They punch it down deep and they bring it back up as steam. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Take advantage of the earth. Yep, absolutely. Crypto's falling asleep.
Probably not boring. Not enough small engine stuff for them.
Well, crypto is actually, 5 hours difference. So it's 1:43 in the morning.
Oh Lord!
So they're up late over in the UK. Yeah, see, Scotty's up. He's up late.
Well, here's some sort of small engine stuff. 2 years ago at Father's Day, my daughters got together, and I don't have stickers, but they got me a website and got me some business cards. Yeah, let's see. Do this right.
That's hard to do.
Decided I was called the Mower Duke.
Oh, cool.
And hard to do this one here.
Left-handed.
Then the other, as I've been peddling lawnmowers and stuff, I've been giving these out to people, because I tell them, if this thing blows up on you next week, I'm going to stand behind it. I'll just, or anything, rope breaks, I'm doing this for fun. I'm not doing this for, to get rich on it. I'm hoping it pays for itself. But that's my version of my daughters dubbed me the Mower Duke, and they went to Staples or wherever and got me some cards. So that's.
I give everybody a 3-week repair, and then I say to them, not 3 months and not 3 years. But anybody that knows me knows they can bring a machine back anytime.
My favorite is when they bring it back to you 2 years later and say, "Yeah, you worked on it last month," and I'm like, I look back and I go, "No, it was 2 years ago," and they're like, "No,
Yeah.
Well, my wife
you keep good records.
Trudy keeps really good records, and she'll say
that's good.
that came in October of 2019. She'll say.
Or the guys that blow the engine and then they bring it back to you. It's got fresh oil in it, and you're like,
You can tell it stayed outside.
Yeah.
Or they sat outside for 2 years. You just know.
Yeah, say, it's not running right. Yeah, it's because of that hole in the side of the block. Yeah, okay.
The ones I laugh at is, and this is the oldest thing we laugh about all the time, Ken, guys. It was running the last time I used it.
Oh.
Hey, of course, you used it. It was running.
My favorite is, I just used it yesterday. I go, okay, start it. Go ahead. Well, no, it won't start. Well, no. You said you ran it yesterday. And then my favorite, though, the guy that brought me the one from the dump that I dropped off an hour earlier. That's my favorite.
I like that. You had a nice video yesterday, Ken, with that snowblower with the missing bolt on the drive chain. I love that. Yeah, it was great.
That was great.
Bob, double wide 6. He goes, "You do parking lot repairs?" He goes, "I don't." The only reason I did that, we're at Sikorsky, right? My buddy, we're in the parking lot, and he had it in the back of his truck, and I said, "They have all these cameras in our parking lot." And I said, "I want them video."
We got to get out of we got to get out of here.
Got to get out of Dodge. So there's a commuter lot literally 1 block away. So you could see it. So we pulled in the commuter lot, and I'm doing it. And he said to me, he goes, "Well, why don't we just go to your house?" Because I only live 6 miles from work. And I said, "We have a thing called Route 15, the Merritt Parkway, okay? And going northbound over what they call a Sikorsky Bridge, it's a big bridge, going over the Houstonic River." And I said to him, I said, "Dan," I said, "if we went 6 miles to my house, you would be in 6 miles of bumper to bumper traffic, and it would take you an extra hour and a half to get home." I said, "Let's just go to the commuter lot. It shouldn't be anything crazy," because the previous owner said they replaced the drive disc. And as you saw, they adjusted the hell out of it. It engaged immediately.
They tried to tighten it up so tight that it would have worked if that bolt would have been in the drive. They could have just stuck it in the middle and like you did, and went. That was a good fix.
Yeah,
I don't do very many road repairs. I have a toolbox all set up, and once in a while, if it's an older person or something like that, and but if they're 10 miles away, by the time you're done, it's a 40-mile because you're out and back, pick up part, do something, and then you're out and back again, and you still might only charge them $60, and you're losing money hand over fist.
The only time I do it on the road is if I know the customer or I know the equipment, so I know exactly what. But I charge because it's going to take me 10 minutes to put everything in a toolbox, bring it out, and then put it back when I get back. And that time is money, so I'll charge for that too.
Oh, and what drives me crazy is when it's like a bigger engine on an auger. We're in farm country, and you need 5/16 line, not 1/4 inch, and I don't have any 5/16 line or something like that.
Hey,
you just make it work. Right? You make it work.
Yep, I was trying to take a deck off a John Deere one time, and I didn't have the right size socket. And I call up my son, who was working at Home Depot at the time. I go, "What time you get out of work?" He goes, "I'm leaving now." I go, "Grab an 18mm deep well," and he grabbed it. And on the way home from work, he dropped. But I mean, otherwise, I would have had to drive home, drive back.
So why is it on socket sets you don't get an 18mm?
I know.
It's a good question.
It's great. I know.
That's because everybody you need, and all the bumpers on anything American, even the old stuff, are 18mm.
Yeah, the big John Deere decks, 18mm. Crazy. Let's see. Company helicopter for the staff. Nah, Tommy, we have charity donations once a year where you can bid to get a ride in one. But the people that win usually donate like $1,000 or something. I'm not going to pay that kind of money,
Right.
You get a 17 and a 19. You never get the. I bought an impact kit? Where's the 18?
Yep.
You never get an 18.
You don't get an 18. And then what you do is you take out your regular long, deep 18, you stick it on that nut, you hammer on it with your air tool, and you split the 18, and now you don't have one anymore.
I've actually taken nuts when I'll never forget this. I was at a customer one time. I said, "There's no way I'm going to be able to get the right size." I actually took a file and filed the nut to go to the next size down socket so I could take it off.
And it's a shame they give you the 19 and not the 18, because if they give you the 18 and skip the 19, you could just use the 3/4 for the 19, because they're dead on each other.
The only problem is with my 1/2-inch Makita, if I go a little bit bigger, it'll round the heck out. There's so much torque in it, it'll just spin that sucker around. But 3/4 is the most popular, like lug nuts and stuff like that. Yeah.
Well, I'm fixing to hop off, Ken. I got visit with Lisa before she leaves in the morning.
Thank you, but I'm gonna have.
We'll talk to you later, John.
Y'all have a good night.
You too.
Boo,
All right.
Laney, Mr. Bruce.
Good night, John.
Take care. Good night, everybody in the chat. Y'all have a good night.
Right.
Appreciate it.
Night.
See y'all tomorrow.
Tell her have a safe trip.
Bon
Will
nuit,
do.
John.
Thank you. See y'all later.
Yeah, because Mrs. K is going on that cruise tomorrow, so that should be interesting. She's going to, what did he say, Cozumel, right, Bruce? I think she's going to.
Well, Tiny said.
Uh-oh, Boo, where's the food, Boo? I want to see a picture of this shrimp.
I just brought out the towel so I can set the pot on the table, and I'm gonna aim the camera at it here in a little bit.
There you go. We lost Bruce. Uh-oh.
I don't think it's my phone because everybody else can call me.
So when Johnny gets off the phone, I'm gonna show it off here in a minute.
Oh.
Oh, we lost. Oh, he probably lost connection.
Yeah, probably.
He does that sometime.
Yep.
That Wi-Fi connection over there.
It's been
In
pretty
those
good.
rooms,
He's had
they
some
all in those rooms. They ought to have a Ethernet plug-in, you know, instead of Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I want to get a load of this shrimp gumbo.
Yeah.
Sounded good. They made it up
All
here.
Asians, food. Hey, we love it all.
Oh yeah. They made it. Oh, wait a minute. I gotta zoom in on Boo.
Here we go.
See, that's a well-seasoned pot, I tell you that.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, don't spill it, Boo.
No, that would be sinful.
Oh yeah. Well, the dog would have fun, I guess.
Yeah.
Ooh.
When my daughters moved out and got their own place, that was one of the things they noticed immediately is if they drop something, there's no dog to clean up.
Oh, look at that steam.
I'm gonna let Johnny. I gotta hold the camera.
I can smell it already.
I gotta go to the bathroom. Hang on.
Okay.
Don't bring the camera in the bathroom. So you got on top of rice now tonight, Boo? Oh, you're muted still.
I thought I was unmuted. No, the gumbo is still in the pot, but the rice is in the rice cooker. I have a Hitachi rice cooker, which the one I have, they don't make no more. They've been obsolete for 20 years now.
That's right.
But that's the best rice cooker you could ever have. Anyway, I'm going to have Johnny spoon it up while I hold the camera on it.
Now, is it just shrimp, or you got any prawns or anything in there?
There's no, well, shrimp. You know, we got big shrimp in it. Yeah,
Yep.
big shrimp. You talking about? You said prawns?
Well, prawn or crawfish or anything like that either?
No. Prawns or shrimp.
Oh, okay.
It's just a different name.
Oh,
They want to see the gumbo, so you know you can hold it up in the spoon, baby, while I hold the
just
camera.
don't spill it.
Maybe I can do it. There we go.
Ooh, liquid gold.
Shrimp.
Ooh. Oh, those are the eggs too. You got full eggs in there.
Yeah, boiled eggs, shrimp, you know, and then the onions, bell pepper, stuff like that. But
Looks
the rice
good.
is in the rice cooker. Oh, she's serving her a bowl.
No, just give me a little bite
Yeah,
for now.
put some shrimp in there, miss.
Now, how spicy is that, Boo? How spicy?
It's not.
Oh no.
It's not hot. No.
Ooh, look at that! Wow,
It's not hot.
that shrimp would cost a fortune up there.
You
And she's
eat
got-
two big old
She's got
bowls.
rice over it. I mean, under it. It's over rice,
Oof.
and that's how you eat gumbo.
Oh, that looks
That's
delicious.
what the gumbo looks like.
Wow.
I had it right now.
Wow.
That looks awesome.
Yeah, that little bowl right there is
That's
about
just a little bite.
$6 in a restaurant down
Oh, I
here.
believe it. I
Right.
believe it. Wow.
Oh, that little bowl.
That
Yep,
is-
in certain restaurants they are. Yes, Missy.
Oh, that looks so good.
Johnny just ate a big bowl.
Johnny ate a huge bowl. He ate about a $8 bowl at a restaurant, something like that. Here you go. You can take it back now.
Just tell Johnny pay on the way out. That's all.
Oh, yeah, Marshall Klein.
Ah.
Now, what do you have with it, though? Do you have anything as a side or anything like that?
Potato salad.
Oh, okay.
Potato salads. You know, eggs, potatoes.
Potato
Yep, yep.
salad right
Yeah,
here.
there's a potato salad.
Ooh, there you go.
Fry down some green onions and bell peppers
And put that in there.
and I put them in there and talk
You
about
got-
delicious.
You guys,
Yeah,
eat
that's
pretty good.
that's the main thing to eat with gumbo. Some people put a big old spoon of potato salad
Mhm.
in the bowl of gumbo, but on the side,
Yep, yep.
and that way they can have a little potato salad with the juice and the shrimp.
Mm.
You know, well, I just put mine in a bowl next to it or saucer next to the gumbo, and I just take a bite of the potato salad and a bite of the gumbo, and it about the same thing as having it in the bowl.
Wow.
My daddy used to do that. He put the potato salad in the gumbo to cool off the gumbo.
I did that for a long time too, but I just put it on the side.
Yeah.
Now, every restaurant there has gumbo.
Just about, yeah, just about.
Wow.
Except for Mexican restaurant,
Mhm.
Chinese restaurant, they won't have that naturally.
Now, is gumbo, is that a Louisiana thing or a New Orleans thing or what is?
No, Southwest Louisiana.
Okay. And they
Now
call
they
that,
do serve it in New Orleans. You know, they do have it in restaurants. You know,
what is
but their gumbo is different than ours for some
Okay.
reason. Their roux is not the same. It's
Oh.
a more or less a blonde roux instead of a chocolate roux.
Oh, okay. There's actually chocolate in it?
No. That's just the color of the roux.
Oh, okay. I got you. I
Yeah,
got you.
chocolate. They use a blonde roux,
Yep, yep,
which
yep.
is it's a roux is flour and cooking oil, 50-50. And it takes about 45 minutes to cook a good sized roux, you know, about 45 minutes. And a roux, you can't leave it alone. You can't start it, and go sit down and do like we're doing now. You have to be there stirring it constantly, or it's going to burn on you. And if you get a burnt roux, your gumbo's done. Might as well start over with another roux.
Now, does the roux have to be the oil or can it be butter?
It can be butter
Okay.
or a dry roux. My buddy
Oh.
Randy Guidry, he used to make roux, his own roux, but he started buying it in a jar.
Mm.
It's a dry roux. It's just flour, plain flour that you cook down just like a roux. And once your flour gets to that color, then you got it. And I tell you what, he made a gumbo. Bruce is in the backstage again.
Yep.
I think.
He says I am back, he says.
Okay. Oh, he's not backstage. Okay.
I got
Anyway, he made a gumbo one time, and it was just like a gumbo like Missy would cook, but he did a chicken and sausage gumbo.
Ooh.
And I didn't know it was regular dry roux. He told me that later. I'm like, damn.
It doesn't need any kind of fat, though. Just flour itself works.
Yeah. Huh?
Just flour itself works. You don't need an oil or a butter or any kind of fat.
Nope. Just flour. Just
Huh.
flour. You can do it in a black skillet on the stove, or you can bake it, like Johnny was just saying, on a cookie
Yeah.
sheet. You
Interesting.
can bake it. Yeah.
And that's
Dry
just
roux?
what, like to thicken things, or
Well, your roux is the base of the gumbo.
okay.
The roux is the base. Some people would call that a buoy base.
Oh, okay, I got you.
In France, buoy base, like on Under Siege with
Oh yeah,
Steven Seagal.
Yep,
That
yep.
movie with the battleship and whatever got took over.
Mhm.
Steven Seagal was, I forget his name in the movie, but he was a Cajun.
Yeah,
in
he was
that movie.
wasn't he the cook?
Yeah, he was the cook.
Yeah.
Casey Ryback, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Casey
Ryback.
Yeah.
Ryback. Yeah. And that's when he was saying, I got 20 gallons of buoy base or 30 gallons of buoy base, which was gumbo. The base of it, the roux. And then Gary Busey, he spits in it. Yeah, that Ryback wasn't happy.
Them's fighting words, right?
So we just had an internet outage here in Mexico. That's very, very common.
Oh,
Really?
what?
An internet outage, yeah.
Oh, internet outage. Okay.
Yeah.
I listened to a talk show guy on the radio, and when he talks about gold, he calls it gold bouillon.
Go bouillon bouillon instead of bullion.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hey, William, how you doing, bud?
Hey, William.
Hey, William.
Good.
How you doing,
Bruce,
Marty?
how you doing?
Oh, there he is. He's back.
Good, KG.
That
Let me go cut my darn YouTube off. I forgot.
What are you on the break, William, at work, or are you just hanging out in the car? Oh, we lost him.
He hangs it in the car. I don't think his internet's that good.
Yeah, he's usually in his truck.
Yeah.
Usually, because his internet, Wi-Fi, or something, and it doesn't work right in the house. So he gets in his car.
He's back.
He's on the phone with data. He's got data on his phone. So if he's in his house, I guess he's got a metal roof or whatever that keeps the internet from coming into the phone.
Or the metal plate in your head.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, lost him. See, there you go.
He's back.
How's it going, Bruce? Are you having fun?
Well, it's a real slow kind of fun. You don't have to. It's just great.
That's what makes it good.
Yeah.
You're not rushed. You don't have to. It's not like a week's vacation where you got to get everything in 1 week. You just roll with the flow, right, Bruce?
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah, we've worked our whole lives to do it, and we're here.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, enjoy. That's
Yeah,
great.
you're enjoying your retirement, that's for sure.
So, William, you at work or what you doing, bud?
Do what?
Are you at work or just hanging
My
out?
internet's messing up. Okay. Did somebody say something to me?
I said, are you working or are you just hanging out?
No, I'm off now. This is my last day this week.
Okay.
I came up here to get me something to eat, and I stopped by Walmart. I saw you was on. I most time get better connection up here than I do at home. But it's messing up on me tonight.
Did you?
No. There's a restaurant about a quarter of a mile down the road. Real good restaurant. And got me a top sirloin steak, and baked potato, salad.
Ooh, sounds good.
Texas toast.
That real
Pretty
thick
good.
toast. Yeah, Texas toast.
Hey, 77.
Texas toast.
Oh, where is he from? 77. Do we know him? I've heard of him before. I don't know if I know.
Kind of a new name to me,
Yeah,
me too.
I've seen it. Yeah. Where are you from? 77. Let us know.
How much snow you got, Ken?
Not much. We only got about an inch today, if not. But it was just rainy, freezing rain, cold ice, and then a little bit of snow on top to complete the package. But it's supposed to be a couple nice days coming up. So
back home, we get. It's weird. We're out on the cold prairies, but we get these things called Chinooks, eh? So we got let's say a half an inch of rain, and then the temperature dropped to 30 below, and we got a foot of snow right on top of the rain.
Oh.
So I was worried about our niece, taking her little kid into daycare and all that stuff. You worry about that kind of stuff, even though you're thousands of miles.
Yeah. Shit.
Now, Bruce, do you have like a Ring doorbell or
Dang,
something? You
wrong.
actually can see your property or anything like that?
No, but we're on a close or a cul-de-sac, and the neighbor looks after the place. He's 2 doors over, and he's like, Mrs. Kravitz from the old Bewitched show or whatever.
Oh yeah,
He knows
Gladys,
everything.
Gladys,
He knows everything that's going on in the neighborhood, and he's in. Our insurance is no good unless you have your house checked every day. So
Really?
he goes in. Yeah, he goes in every day, makes sure there's nothing wrong with the plumbing, and brings in the mail. And we
Wait
get
a
an
minute.
email. We get an email from his wife once a week or so, just to let us know that the house is still there.
Now
Wait a
Ontario.
minute. You said, excuse me, Kim, one
Yeah.
sec. You said your insurance is no good unless you're in the house every day?
Right, because if there's no heat, the house can completely freeze over in a day, and your plumbing and your pipe split in your basement will fill up with water.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I
How
got
do they
you.
know, Bruce? Do they make you sign an affidavit or something, or how does that work?
Well, they know, because if your house fills up with water and your pipes are split, you obviously didn't have it checked.
Oh, so you don't have a way to shut your water off completely?
Oh, I do. I
drain the pipes?
shut the water off, and I put a little tag on the toilet flushers to say "Do not flush." Just to keep things pressured up. Yeah, it's a big deal.
Well, let me ask you, Bruce. So when you shut your water off, though, you're not draining anything? You're just shutting it off so it's stagnant the pipe?
I usually just drain it, and then we make sure all the traps have water in them, right?
Yep.
And then I just take the pressure off with the cold on the sink.
Is your furnace or heater working to keep your house at a certain temperature while you away for that long?
This time of year, the furnace comes on every 15 minutes on the hour, every hour.
Okay. So your house is climate controlled then?
Yes, it's kept to 18 degrees Celsius, which is about, 65 Fahrenheit. We keep it at 65.
That's pretty warm for not being there. Yeah.
Right, but, the plants are in there. And,
Yeah. Huh.
Okay.
in the garage, I keep it 37 Fahrenheit, which is about +3.
So your pipe shouldn't freeze. You on a concrete slab, or you got a basement, or
8-foot basement, and then the pipes come in under that.
Huh.
right? Your pipes are under the house in the basement. Okay, all right.
And they're buried at 8 feet or 10 feet. The pipes are buried at 10 feet.
And you said, Bruce, you got gas, right? Gas heat?
Natural gas, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I finally got that over here, natural gas. So
That's good.
I'm using
Nothing
a
wrong.
space heater. My hot water, I got a tankless water heater.
Yep.
And when you use the hot water, the flame comes on, and we do have like 2 liters or 3 liters or something, I forget,
Of
of water in the tank that's kind of warm, whatever. It depends on how often you use your hot water. Turn it on, but it doesn't take but 6-7 seconds for the hot water to reach the faucet.
We still use a 50-gallon tank.
Yeah, that's what I had, but it was electric. And I've noticed my light bill went down a lot since I put this tankless gas heater.
Mm-hmm. But
it's only 80,000 BTUs. It's not one of the big ones at 140,000.
But how is the instantaneous taking a shower though? Does it stay? Does it work? I mean,
a tankless, the one I have. If you're taking a shower, whatever, you never run out of hot water. Never. Okay. Now, like I said, it usually takes about 6 or 7 seconds for the hot water to get to the whichever tap you on. The kitchen sink takes a little bit longer, not much. Mm-hmm. The bathroom's right there next to it almost. So it doesn't take but 4 or 5 seconds. That sucker is hot and stays hot. You never run out because they've got 80,000 BTUs of, in French, we call it la flamme d'enfer. The flames of hell heating that water up as it passes slowly through all them coils.
I got to tell you a story about our tankless water heater we had in a condo 4 or 5 years ago. The kitchen was far enough away from the tankless water heater that it didn't draw enough water to make hot water. So to get hot water in the kitchen, you went back to the bathroom, turned on the hot, and then came out to the kitchen and turned on the hot. Then the tankless water heater would kick on, and then you could go turn off the water tank or turn off the tap in the bathroom. And it wasn't designed that well.
We have a friend of ours at work. He actually takes 2 tankless water heaters and uses those to heat his baseboard hot water radiators. And he says it's not that expensive. I was amazed.
No, and all you need is a surge protector tank in the basement to just help with the temperature changes of the water. You'll have a surge protection, like on a water well tank. Those little tanks that you go on a water well.
Yeah, I'm tempted to go with natural gas because I've been oil we've been here 32 years and I'm still on oil. And
the installation's expensive, but they're sure is wonderful to have.
Everybody in the street is getting it, and they're saying about 10 grand cost, for us, and it might be worth it.
Ooh.
I would pay it.
Well, here I'll spend on oil $3,500 a year on oil.
Oh, really? That much?
Yeah, I'll spend about $3,500 a year.
We'd probably spend that on natural gas too, but look where I live.
Yeah, well, yeah, when you say -30, -40, I don't think one time we had it -5 here about a year or so ago. My furnace wouldn't shut off, and the house wouldn't get any warmer than like 68. It was cold outside.
We have a really good furnace, and it runs about every 15 minutes on and off, and it does that whether it's -5 or whether it's -40. But it's a smart furnace, so it'll run hotter when it is running for when it's colder. But I don't miss listening to that damn thing blowing all winter long. Because air is when you move air around, it's noisy.
Oh yeah,
Right.
And you're heating a house with forced air. It's noisy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have gas here in Flint, and this house was originally hot water, like boiler heat,
Right.
and when it was built in the 50s, and then at some point, family had it, and they were transferred, and so they were moving to wherever they were transferred to, and 2 days later, somebody broke in, stole all the copper, all the pipes, all the everything, and this house sat vacant for about 10 years. And then when somebody rehabbed it, rather than replace that boiler heat, they put forced air in it. So I have a furnace in the basement that does the basement and the first floor. Then I have a furnace in the attic that does the second floor, all with gas. So it works. We haven't frozen yet.
Yeah. And so you have 2 furnaces. Do you find it a little noisy? Just moving the air?
When I growing up, we had one of those. So it's just a noise I've always been used to all my life. It doesn't. Yeah, that's pretty much.
Well, I'm used to hearing my boiler, because we live in a ranch and the basement isn't insulated on the floor joists. So every time that boiler kicks on, the oil burner, and you just hear the oil pump going. I mean, and then you hear, the old radiator, ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, changing size. I mean, and in my garage, I have the 75,000 BTU overhead natural gas, which is nice because the pilot light is, 8 feet off the floor.
Right.
So if you get a gas spill or whatever, everybody teases me.
You don't spill any gas, do you, Bruce?
Well, that's what I've made that a big deal, and it's become a joke. It's just become a joke, right?
Yeah,
not him. Yeah, right. Yeah, he spilled it. I'm thinking maybe 3 times in it. Well, no, more than that. But
I was going to say, too bad.
We all spill gas.
Yeah, good thing the methyl hydrate isn't as flammable, right?
Yeah. Methyl hydrate.
I mean, Brucey basically bathes in methyl hydrate at every.
I do. I love that stuff.
I think he owns stock in that company.
Yeah, but let me ask you,
isn't
methyl hydrate though just alcohol?
I think it's denatured alcohol.
Okay.
Whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
You can't drink it; it'll give you brain damage because it's made from wood.
Yep.
If it was made from grain, then you could probably drink it, except you wouldn't want to.
Yeah, and I would think if Bruce had any stock in anything, it'd be in Clean Flow.
Right.
I know he uses another.
You know what I like about those? Compared to ones you buy all over the place, I like the velocity of the stuff that comes out. That's what I use it for, is to blow the orifices out with it. If it's got a little air, if it's got a little cleaner in it, hey, there it is.
Yeah.
Well, Mick was saying that the new stuff that he uses, it's like 3 times the pressure. That's why he likes it. Yeah.
I'm stunned because he did WD-40 for years. Eh?
So has WD-40 sales really plummeted in the UK?
Probably. Yeah. Where is he? Are you around me? Oh, he's working.
Well, he's probably at work. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At work. Yeah. That's the key word.
Now, speaking of that, I was talking to people before. I was watching the thermite welding of the rails. I love watching that. That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he's not up here right now.
Sometimes he logs in from work if he's got. But quite often they have to wait for a train to clear or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, last night it was the temperature, right? He couldn't do work because it was too cold.
That's like when we laugh about the United States when a city has an inch of snow, the whole place shuts down.
Well, that would be me.
And when we get an inch of snow, everybody's going, whew, just an inch.
That would be my whole southern part of the state, like.
But you don't have the equipment.
Actually, the whole state of Louisiana, we get an inch of snow or 2 inches. Y'all call that a dusting. We call that a blizzard. And the whole Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, wherever we get the snow and ice, it shuts Louisiana down.
Well, number one, there's no equipment. People don't know how to drive when there's no traction.
Well,
it usually doesn't last long.
Earlier,
right?
No, we can drive on snow. It's the ice that gives us a bad rap. It's the ice itself, not the snow. It's the icy roads. Which probably nobody can drive on an icy road. You got a 4-wheel drive. In luck, I got a Jeep Liberty 4-wheel drive, but it's not the same as like up north. The snow y'all get up there, well, like you were saying earlier, Bruce, y'all had how much rain and then it went minus 30 real fast. Mm-hmm. So y'all got that much ice under, 2 foot of snow, you said, I think?
Yeah,
foot of snow?
Whatever they had, All I did was watch the news because I was here.
Yeah, right, correct. So, but no, it's the ice that gives the Southerners a bad rap. The ice, not the snow itself. I drove the snow with my 18-wheeler. Okay, there was no ice. It was just the snow. It was already cold. It did not rain, and it started snowing. So that's no problem for us in that case.
Do they do anything with the roads, though, Boo? Do they do any kind of road prep or anything? No.
Mother Nature.
They're into that liquid stuff now. The trucks are going on spraying all the roads.
Haney was saying, I think, or Bruce, that we don't have no equipment to handle that type of situation. No snow plows or nothing. We got dirt plows, but that wouldn't help.
Yeah.
Right. But I bet you it's gone in a day or two. It's not like.
One time I think the snow stayed on the ground 4 days before it completely melted, like in the shade. In the northern part of the houses, you could still see the snow there 3-4 days later. Even though it was 50 degrees outside, it was just the shady part on the north side of the houses.
Right.
Because 50 is still kind of cool down here,
Wow.
Yeah. Well, we understand.
Oh, and 77 said he was not far from Donny Boy earlier.
Yeah, he's above. He's next to Ontario, I guess, or Southern Ontario.
Yeah.
So I said to my friends in England, I said, we're so far from Toronto. It's further to Toronto than it is from London to Moscow.
Wow.
That's.
Oh, really?
That's the kind of distances we have up here.
Oh, yeah. Clean across.
Yeah.
Like Steve Small Engine, he's on the island over there on the west part.
His family comes from our area, so that's kind of fun.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So
his brother lives 10 miles from me.
Between Steve and Donny Boy, man, they almost the whole country apart.
Yeah, what's about 3,000 miles?
4 time zone.
Yeah. One of the claims of Flint, Michigan is Flint is just about the halfway point between Toronto and Chicago. So for things that are being trucked back and forth between those two, if a trucker's looking for something about halfway to, take their break
Or they
or
call those big stations fly something.
Flying J.
like they're Flying J's, truck stops. But and then so the interstate that runs over to Port Huron and then crosses into Canada, and then the other way it runs down past Zippos down into Indiana and to Indianapolis.
Right.
Flint is on that Interstate 69, and then I-75, which runs from the Sioux all the way down to Miami, Florida. So
isn't that the big one, I-75? I hear about that one on the news.
Oh, yeah, it goes through Charlotte, all that stuff, all the way down. Yeah.
Well, I think Charlotte's on 77.
Oh, it follows the rivers, doesn't it? Like the Missouri and then the Mississippi all the way down.
The I-75 would run out of Michigan. So
what's that? Chicago and down that way?
75 runs like from Detroit to Toledo to like Lima to Dayton, Ohio to Cincinnati to Lexington, Kentucky, Knoxville, Atlanta, Georgia, and then on into Florida all the way down to Miami.
Sounds like that old song, eh? Route 66 from Indiana.
When I lived in Shiloh, Illinois, we weren't too far off of part of 66 that was, the Illinois part of it, where it crossed Chain of Rocks Bridge over the Mississippi and to go into St. Louis. So,
did you know? Just interest stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Missouri River is fed by the Milk River, way up in Montana, and the headwaters of the Milk River are in Alberta.
Okay.
So really, the headwaters of the Mississippi are in Alberta.
Right.
Right. And that's cool. Like that's how big that water stream thing is. Like it goes right from the eastern side of the Rocky Mountains in the United States up through Alberta and then just the southern tip of Alberta. And there's a national park there called Writing on Stone, where the natives have petroglyphs that are thousands of years old. And then it turns into the Missouri, and then Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
And then it becomes and the Missouri dumps into the Mississippi, and away she goes. And so the headwaters of the Mississippi are in Alberta.
When I worked as an underwriter for Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Missouri, and I worked in St. Louis, there's two parts of Missouri. There's Missouri and there's Missouri.
Right.
And and depending upon which client I had to go out to, if it was, rural, I mean, I would say Missouri because that's how it's pronounced there.
The show me state.
Yes.
You show me and I'll believe it.
Well, yeah. Well, and I used to use part of that because my name's Thomas, the doubting apostle. And I'd be there in the show me state. So when somebody'd be challenging something I'd be working on, I said, well, I'm doubting Thomas and, this is Missouri. So show me. And I used that probably 100 presentations.
I'm surprised you don't use the old Mr. Haney thing from the Green Acres too. That you could milk that on YouTube, my friend.
When I was little, that show was popular, and I was so sick of that. It was,
I know, yeah. Well, how old are you, Tom?
I am 55.
Okay.
I am a 1966 model.
You're just a kid.
I
you
am.
And Zippo Varga are the same age.
Yeah,
I think he's enough older than I am.
He might be a year older, yes.
I'm older than y'all. Well, then
not me.
You and Ken. I think I'm older than Ken.
No,
are you a 63 model?
I'm 63.
Yeah, no. Okay, he's got me beat by 6 months, I think.
Well, your mothers were expecting at the same time.
I forgot about that. Yeah, I love Pat Buttram, Mr. Haney. Pat Buttram played a lot of westerns also.
Yeah.
Yep. And he's got that distinct voice.
Yeah.
Like
I got a deal for you.
Like they were doing earlier. Man.
Mr. Douglas.
I know. Sorry, Tom. And have we got the wrong character or have we got the right character?
No, Pat Buttram, which is Mr. Haney on Green.
He had the show Melody Ranch.
When When
There's
I
a lot
was
of
a
those
kid,
old
I
shows
hated
back
it,
then.
but now I embrace it. I understand the Mr. Haney thing, and that's cool. It's
Yeah. Sorry, I picked up on it.
no. I've when I hated it, that was 40 years ago. I mean, I'm great with it now. So.
Well, you wouldn't believe all of the dirt jokes I get, like fender bender and fender bender. And
Brucey, I still think you need to get royalties on the Pender lift.
I should send a note into Princess Auto, because you can Google the Pender lift now.
I'm telling you.
Hey, that's your name. That's your design. How you did
all I
it.
did was stick a piece of plywood on it.
But you didn't do a patent on it or what have you. So it might be a lost case, a lost cause for that case.
But Princess Autos are
they
very
ought to
open.
give you recognition for it at least.
They're a very open company. Like they started back right after the war selling war surplus, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now they, of course, there isn't as much war surplus now as there was. So they switched to Chinesiums, but they're still a good little company. Good company, just like Harbor Freight. It's Harbor Freight.
When we finally open the border back up, and being here in Michigan, I'm going to go over from Detroit over to Windsor. There's a Princess Auto over there. I'm going to go over to Princess Auto and buy a case of clean flow.
Yeah. Well, it's not cheap. It's $8 Canadian a can. $7.99.
What is clean flow?
Carb cleaner.
It's the carb cleaner Bruce uses for.
Oh, the yellow can, Bruce? The stuff
the
problem
is, and he says,
you know what? It's just got.
It costs $8 a can. I'm like,
so that would be $6 US. Wow. That would be $6. No, that'd be $6 US a can.
That's not bad.
Man,
that's why I use
the big
Walmart
can.
brand.
It's a good can. It's a good sized can. It's like almost a half a mil or half a liter.
Cajun, this is your buddy here, Money.
Yeah, that's Money Maniac. Say Money. Speak of the devil, he popped in like that. If you don't mind, can you give him a minute?
Sure.
Okay. I mean, hey, y'all all might be interested in this. Okay?
Yeah, you might be, you might not be. It's up to you guys. I just heard my name and I went, okay, let me get it real quick because I put it up on the stand. So what I'm doing, you guys, on my channel, and I'm getting a lot of different channels involved. And William, thank you for sending me the message, getting me over here. I'm doing, this is a kilo of silver. Right. For those that don't know anything about grading, MS70 is the perfect. Like for those that collect comics, sports cards, anything, how 10 is the highest. You can't get better than the 10. Well, in the coin community, you can't get better than a 70. That's the best that you're going to get. With it being an early release, that means back in 2013, someone got this kilo of silver. They didn't even take it out of the box from the mint. They sent it in to be graded, and that's how you get the early release. I get my fingers together here. The early release, and it became a perfect coin. Now this retails for $2,300. What I'm doing is I am doing $5 a spot for 400 spots. It is going to be last person standing on the wheel will win this silver. Now through this stream that I'm doing, before the stream even starts, I'm giving away 4 90% silver Barber $half from 1901, 1890 stuff in that region.
Right.
After every 50 names comes off the wheel, we are going to be giving away. It's going to be different than this. 1 ounce of silver for every 50 names. So that means I'm giving away 8 more ounces on top of 32 ounces on the game. So there's 8 more ounces given away. And at the end of the stream, then we're giving away a gram of gold. Yes, I said gold, people. A gram of gold, which is worth right now in the Pamp Swiss package, $90. I'm giving away, and that's at the end of the stream before everybody leaves. We're going to give away a gram of gold. That's just my way of saying thank you to everybody for, getting in on it. And it's only $5 a spot. And that's, to me, that's better than a lottery ticket anywhere. It's better than a Powerball ticket because $5 this retails where dealers like me want to buy this at $2,300. So if you get this for $5, you take it down to some We Buy Gold place something, and they offer you $1,800, $2,000. I mean, that's a win all the way around in my book. That's better than going to the casino too. So, and basically, I'm doing this because everybody lives, paycheck to paycheck. We all know this. We're not all rich, and I know there's not, a plethora of people that just have $2,000 laying around that says, "Hey, I think I'll go out and buy a big chunk of silver today." Why? Because I got nothing better to do. Maybe it's good. It's a good investment. It's good a bit, hedge against inflation, things of that nature. 32 ounces of silver, $5. I mean, I already have Cajun on the wheel. That's not in the coin community. I got Redline Gary. I've got Mater. I've got Crystal. Who else do I got? Raging Cajuns on there. I mean, I've got a bunch of people. That's not even. Put me down for 4 chances. All right, William, I'm going to put you down on the unofficial because you don't move to the official spot until they're paid for. And that's my Cash App right there if you want to take care of that. But I will put you down, William. It's not a problem. We are already up to officially and unofficially because some more people over in the coin community were buying, 5 spots, 16 spots, 20 spots. I'm allowing no more than 20 spots per person. Just to keep it fair, but to also get it filled. So, all right, William, 4 spots. We're up to 137 spots, and that's officially and unofficially. I'll call you tomorrow. Okay. Hey, William, it's not a problem.
You're a third of the way there.
Yeah, and this game has not been open for even a week yet.
If you want to put a link out to your channel, you can do that, and that way if people want to check you out.
So I'm still looking for that 1901 Morgan, buddy.
I just did.
A 1901 Morgan?
Yeah.
The link to the video.
1901.
There's a $500,000.
Yeah, watch that one right
there. Hang on.
Yeah, what year Morgan, Bruce? Or who's got the Morgan?
Nobody has this one. That's why it's worth a $500,000.
1901 what? Because I have a 1901 right in here in the
probably have. It's not an S or a D or an I or whatever, right? So, yeah.
Well, then that means it's a Philadelphia mint. But
I'm a collector.
I'll find it anyway. But
yeah,
someone's already buying all those. But anyway, yeah. Let me throw. That's the video link. Let me throw my channel link and I appreciate you letting me. It's very nice of you.
Thank you. I already got your video link to.
Yeah, we'll get the channel link too. Well, that's fine. That's fine. They can go to the video
it'll bring
and do it that
straight
way.
to your channel.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll just leave it at that. If you guys want in on it, explains right there, William, because all my stuff is public knowledge. Boom. If it'll focus right there, business card, phone number, email, business card, all together.
Well, I'm into what you're doing.
And if you cannot read it, just get it from Cajun.
Cajun knows I collect too. Eh?
Yeah, that's good.
Everything I've got is all in 2x2s, and they're all in order.
Well, if Bruce has a 1901 Philly Morgan dollar, and it's worth a $500,000, he's got it in MS65 condition.
Yeah.
Or
I don't have one. I'm just looking. Always looking. My father passed away, and he gave me that little green box I've been staring at since I was a kid. First thing I did was bring it home and go through that thing to make sure there wasn't anything crazy in it.
So can somebody put? And I do apologize. This is kind of a weird question. Can somebody put this video in chat for me on a link so I can get onto the YouTube side so I can subscribe? Because I'm trying to get all you small engine guys and everything because I like to learn about this. So I'm trying to get everybody that I can. And I'm getting you guys slowly, so if
what you want to put out? Money?
The Ken Small Engines.
Oh, my channel?
The one that we're on.
Oh,
I just can't get them on YouTube because I'm just on StreamYards with the pop-out chat because I got rid of YouTube real quick without. So that way I can get Ken because I'm trying to get, everybody that I can because I'm liking to learn about the snap-ons and the motors and the everything else. So.
I got it. It's right here.
I appreciate it. Yeah, all these tubes right here. I was just tubing up I didn't buy enough tubes. I still got more. I was tubing up a bunch of copper pennies. There it is.
In the states, that would be 1991. Did they go copper?
82.
82.
82 is they had copper and zinc in 82. They had both.
Yeah. All right. Come on, go full screen. There we go. Now I got them.
I sent Zippo a set of Canadians 1966ers, and that was 2 years before we went and took the silver out.
There we go. All right, Mister. Now I hit the thumbs up. There we go. Everything's clicked and done. All right, we're good now.
Yeah, we're good.
But no. How about the chat? Let's get rid of that.
Sean and I go back to the days of when YouTube was fledgling.
I just sent in a 2012 $20 Canadian silver commemorative that was 7.96 grams of silver into PCGS to be graded because this thing was so pristine that I was like, I don't even want to touch this with gloves. And so even if it comes back at 69, at least it's in a holder and it'll be in the for sale. It'll be over there in all the silver tray bins and
See you later, Motor Coach. What's your phone number, money? Your business number?
I just put it on 444.
Yeah, 928-444
9272.
Yeah, 927.
And you were born in 1979.
I was. I am 42 years old, going on 43.
Same year as my daughter.
And the JK actually means something too. The J is the first initial of my son's name. The K is the first initial of my daughter's name.
All right, that's why it's
I have
Daddy.
2 kids. That's why it's JK Daddy, because I'm the daddy.
Oh, your birth year set, P&D set, uncirculated set, and your 1966 special mint set, and that went out today. In the,
okay, no problem. Thank you.
Envelope that went out today.
I just got a mixed package in. Where did I put it? I just got a mixed package in, and this is different. I mean, I know. I'm sorry, this isn't a coin channel, but I got to show this off. This is actually a coin.
Huh.
Pull bear head.
So, let me see if I can get it out of the package. Yep, there it is. Oh, on the back, it's actually a coin. It's 1 ounce of silver from. You're not gonna be able to see that too much focusing.
That's a Canadian.
It is from
Canadian.
Republic of Chad, 5,000 francs CFA.
Oh, look!
Oh, I
Canadian.
thought it was a Canadian.
Okay.
I mean,
polar
UK
bear on there.
Queen Elizabeth coin. Okay.
And then there's this is a limited piece. There's only 2,500 made. 1 ounce, 3/9 fine silver. Yep, 5,000 francs from Chad. Oh,
All right.
got that in today. So, pretty excited about it. Cost me an arm and 2 legs, but I finally got one.
You got to do it.
Yeah. Sometimes
Hey,
I gotta mute real quick. Miss Money needs me. I'll be right back.
Miss Money.
It's about 2.5 hours, guys. I think I'm going to end it because I got to go get a quick bite to eat. So
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
but-
Well,
Thanks for doing this,
that's
Ken.
what William. That's what William wanted me to announce. I was gonna announce that, and just drop a link in there. But man, he actually came up and showed the coin.
No,
That's
all
a
right.
kilo of silver. That if you ain't got no shoes on, you drop that, it'll break one of your toes.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I'm trying not to break any other.
2.2 pounds.
Yeah, 2 1/4.
Yeah.
All right,
2.2 pounds.
I'm going to end it, guys. I got to go get something to eat. I'll talk
See
to
you
you.
guys.
Hi, Ken.
All right.
So, Tom,
all right,
nice
thanks
to
for
meet
talking
you.
to all you.
Nice to meet you, buddy.
All right, Bruce, take care, buddy. Tom, stay on the mend, buddy.
All right. Thanks,
We'll
guys.
talk to everybody soon. Thanks.
I hope you're done with the operations.